Good morning and welcome. Welcome back from the Easter break. Welcome back from the Easter holidays. I hope and pray that you had a good one. You're well rested for the week ahead, because I have a feeling this week is going to be a blessed week. So we should be prepared for the blessings that lay ahead of us. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nanatufo Boateng. It promises to be an interesting show. We have a lot of exciting conversations coming your way this morning. We hope that you do stay with us from now up until 11 a.m. But don't just be an observer, okay? Participate in the show. Be part of the show because it is interactive. Join us by sending us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions on the various issues that will be discussed on the show. Our WhatsApp number is on your screens, so you can send your thoughts through the WhatsApp number. We'll do our best to read them. You can also go on Facebook, where we're streaming live, or on YouTube, where we're live as well, and drop a comment in the comment section. We are very active, very interactive, very engaging on Instagram, on X. So do engage our posts, and we'll do our best to engage you as well. We also do have some exclusive video content for you on TikTok. So go on our socials, Channel One TV or Channel One TV GH, and subscribe, follow, like, share, comment, engage all our posts, and we'll be more than happy to receive them and to share same with the rest of the world. Now, we just came out of the Easter period, and the big one during the period was the Easter Orphan Project. The Easter Orphan Project. And we want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone that contributed, that donated, that gave generously, freely, and willingly, as enabled by the good Lord himself. It was amazing. We visited 4 different institutions: the Baptist School Complex, Basco, which of course is a place we've been visiting every year; the Iris Place, a rehab center; and then of course there's a Chosen Rehab. And then we spent the day with the inmates of the Osam Krom camp prisons. Wow, what a day it was, and how much talent the inmates have. Oh, quite a fascinating day. Interesting, very eye-opening. And when you pray, please pray for such persons who find themselves on the wrong side of the law. Some actually also did not have anyone to come to their defense and could not defend themselves properly and happened to be there. But all in all, absolutely fantastic day. We presented items to them, items worth over 150,000 Ghana cedis, bags of rice, milk, sugar. And the guys are into farming, okay? So we presented stuff like some farming inputs, as well as some Wellington boots and some medicines to them as well. Cumulatively, somewhere in the region of 150,000 Ghana cedis. And it's all thanks to you, our viewers here on Channel One TV, and our listeners on 97.3 City FM. We'd like to say thank you to all of you. Everyone that contributed, those that sent us Momo, those that gave in cash, those that gave in kind. May the good Lord continue to bless you. You should have seen the euphoria at the Osam Krom camp presence yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And we thank you so much. We continue to pray for you and talk about prayer. We are in the season of prayer. The month of April is where we commit to praying for our country, for our families, for our jobs, for our friends, for ourselves, for our loved ones. And join us for seasons of prayer this April, from the 1st of April to the final day of April. Every weekday, we bring you 3 bands of prayer. We have the Midnight Cry that is happening from 12 a.m. 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. And then we'll do This Is Your Day from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then we have the prayer encounter from 12 noon to 1 p.m. 12 noon to 1 p.m. That's the prayer encounter. So 3 bands: Midnight Cry, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. This Is Your Day, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Prayer encounter, 12 noon to 1 p.m. So that's midday to 1 p.m. We'll be streaming live on Facebook, so do well to join us at City 973. City 973. So that's the Facebook handle, City 973. You can join us on X at City 973 or on Instagram at City 973 FM. City 973 FM. Join us for seasons of prayer. Let's seek the face of God. Let's seek his intervention. Let's go before him on bended knees and ask that he himself will spread forth his wings of protection and cover all of us, that we may be protected, we may be fortified going forward. So join us and let's pray together. May the good Lord bless you. Now, the seasons of prayer will culminate into the family consecration service. All right. So after we pray through the entire month of April, we all meet as a family for the family consecration service on the 1st of May. On the 1st of May. So that's Labor Day, the 1st of May. And this year, also, it's happening at the Oil Dome of the Royal House Chapel here in Accra. Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel in Accra, Friday, 1st of May, 2026, from 6 a.m. in the morning to 12 noon. 6 a.m. to 12 noon. So the family consecration service is presented by, or is brought to you by 97.3 City FM and supported by Channel 1 TV. So let's meet as a family and then let's pray for God's interventions in our lives. A lot of testimonies have come from the family consecration service. And if you're a traditional viewer of Channel 1 TV or an ardent listener of City FM, you may have heard some of these testimonies every year after the family consecration service. Listen, from fruits of womb, from successful job applications, from promotions, from being saved from accidents, what have you. The miracles are just so many, and the list goes on and on and on. You never know. It could be your turn to receive this year, because, of course, we speak the words of God as he enables and empowers us. We speak the mind of God as he enables and empowers us. But the mind of God is of his own. And in the right time or at the appropriate time, he makes all things good. All right? So let's meet at the family consecration service and let's pray as a family and let's seek the face of God. Let's seek for answers for this country, for the leadership of this country, for our families, for ourselves, for our jobs, and of course, our educational institutions and every other thing that matters in our lives. So the family consecration service is on Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. Let us meet at the Oil Dome of the Royal House Chapel here in Accra. And over the years, what we've come to notice is that people actually come in at dawn so that they can secure a space or a seat at the family consecration service. We are not asking that you come and queue like election day where people go and queue with stones and all that, but we want to see you there. We want to share the blessings of the Lord with you. And so we ask that you join us at the Royal House Chapel, the Oil Dome of the Royal House Chapel here in Accra on Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon for the family consecration service. We'll see you there. Peace and shalom. Now let me tell you about the Wonder Spaced. The Wonder Spaced show is a show for kids. Quite educative, although exciting, although interesting, although fun. But the fundamental or the basic thing is the education that it provides to your child. So perhaps maybe enough of the Coco Melon and the adventures of whoever. Let's tune in to Channel 1 TV and watch the Wonder Spaced show as Miss Natalie and her kids treat our children to some educative material through playing, through fun, through singing, through even site visits, okay? sometimes you need to make the thing real so that the kids can appreciate it better. So join us for the Wonder Spaced show on Channel 1 TV, and with Miss Natalie, of course, and her kids, and you won't regret it. There's so much for the kids to learn, and so much for them to enjoy, so much excitement, and it's all happening here on Channel 1 TV. So please join us for the Wonder Spaced show. Now let's remind you that the Made in Ghana rice campaign is still ongoing. As for this campaign, we're not putting a stop to it. It will continue and continue until we all reverse our acquired taste for foreign rice to local rice consumption. So let's patronize local rice. Let's eat Ghana. Let's build Ghana. Eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future. Fresh from our farms to your plate. All right? Fresh from our farms to your plate. And we're saying that you can make your meal make a difference by choosing Ghana first. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Taste the effort. Taste Ghana. The Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign is brought to you by 97.3, supported by Channel 1 TV, and in partnership with Agri Impact Limited, the MasterCard Foundation, and the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Secretariat. We'd like to say thank you to Agri Impact Limited, thank you to the MasterCard Foundation, and thank you to the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Secretariat for helping us push this all-important campaign, the Made in Ghana Rice campaign, where we ask you to eat Ghana and to build Ghana. Thank you so much for hearing our call and attending to same. Let's all eat Ghana. Let's build Ghana. Ghana is our motherland. Ghana is our home. And the development and growth of this nation rest on the shoulders of you and I. So let's all eat Ghana. Let's all build Ghana. Now jump onto the Google Play Store. It's where you can download the Channel 1 News Online app, install same on your device, and have access to the news. It's easy. It's user-friendly, the interface I'm referring to. It's quite simple to navigate. You shouldn't have any challenges at all. So download the Channel 1 News Online app from the Google Play Store, install same on your device, and have access to the news. All right, let's get into the newspapers this morning. We're starting off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page says, Easter goes developmental. Religion takes backseat as tourism, community promotion, and brands take over. I love the headline so much. It reflects the current happenings with our Easter celebrations. Gone are the days where you and I will be holding palm fronds and palm branches, doing Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Now you see more of, if you like, promotion of domestic tourism, local tourism. You see more of brand activations. You see more of community promotions, and it's just beautiful. Not to say that, of course, we should relegate religion, because of religion is one of the anchors for which we stand for our growth and development. It doesn't always have to be physical, but the spiritual is also very, very important. But the Daily Graphic captures it very well. Easter goes developmental. Religion takes backseat as tourism, community promotion, and brands take over. This one says, I'll improve road network to ease traffic in Kwahu. President Mahama assures. I'll improve road network to ease traffic in Kwahu. President Mahama assures. And then you have, this one, there's always a mouthful. President Mnangagwa visits Accra Compost and Recycling Plant. That's ACAP. It's at Ajin Kutuku. Belongs to Zoom Lion, where they do the separation and the recycling of waste materials into usable products, and of course some exports for foreign exchange. So President Mnangagwa visits Accra Compost and Recycling Plant. It's at Ajin Kutuku. And let's go to the back page. Vice President attends Novi Mogbe Hey, Novik Pokbeza. Vice President attends Novik Pokbeza. My other friends, please forgive me. I haven't had my Fetri Toto this morning, so the ever is not coming. Reiterates Women's Development Bank soon to be launched, and she's been installed as a development queen. Now, also in the Daily Graphic, you find High Court restrains squadron leader Kwenu retired from Che Adolantes. High Court restrains squadron leader Kwenu retired from Chadoland. Okay, so it looks like a court decision has been made regarding a particular piece of land or parcel of land in Chado. And according to the Daily Graphic, High Court restrains squadron leader Kwenu retired from Chadoland. If you grab a copy of the Daily Graphic, you get the details thereof. Let me now take you to the Ghanaian Times. Front page of the Ghanaian Times says, Middle East crisis, choose dialogue over violence. Middle East crisis, choose dialogue over violence. President Mahama appeals at Easter service. Middle East crisis, choose dialogue over violence. President Mahama appeals at Easter service. ADB posts 367 million cedis profit after tax. Macroeconomic stability came at high cost. That's according to the governor of the BOG, Bank of Ghana. Deliver quality projects or face sanctions. Get Fund warns contractors. And then you have the Zimbabwean president story also here on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Zimbabwean president tours ACAP after Zoomlion and Geo Pomona sign MOU. And it comes with a picture of the group chair, the executive chair of the Zoomlion group of companies, Dr. Sianwe Japon, presenting a gift to President Nangagwa of Zimbabwe. So that's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Let's go to the back page. Farmers in northern regions push for irrigation expansion. Farmers in northern regions push for irrigation expansion. NPA donates 1 million cedis to Ghana Medical Trust Fund. NPA donates 1 million Ghana cedis to Ghana Medical Trust Fund. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper for today. Where we're going next, we're going to the Daily Guide newspaper. Front page has President Mahama saying that big push benefits side chicks. Big push benefits side chicks. Okay. We hear you, Mr. President. We hear you. You're the boss. Minority slams government over poor business policies. Kwahu Business Forum, BOG governor highlights policy trade-offs. Deliver value or face sanctions. Get fund to contractors. Hajia Safia donates towards Northern Region NPP office. And there's a sad one on the front page, bottom right-hand corner. Woman cuts off daughter's toe. Woman cuts off daughter's toe. This country. Let me take you to the Daybreak newspaper. Investment firm behind Customs AI deal. Ochiribefi hints. Investment firm behind Customs AI deal. Ochiribefi hints. Gexim Bank targets 60% growth in rice and poultry production by 2030. Local government minister urges prayer and sacrifice for Ghana. Dr. Hafiz bin Saleh writes, Mustafa Hamid ready to lead. Okay. Dr. Hafiz bin Saleh writes, Mustafa Hamid ready to lead. I'll take a few others. The New Republic says, Nyahotamaklo opens Rollins' death wound. 5 nurses vanished. 2 army captains shook hands. And a nation still waits for answers. Okay. Kwewu's $1 billion puzzle. Business captains descend. Answers stay up the hills. Mahama and Macron co-chair One Health Summit in Lyon. Sachet water sellers and minister in price war. CCTV unearths Kolebu's fire scandal as alarm blows on extortions, conspiracy and stealing at Ghana's premier hospital. Okay, so that's the New Republic. Let's go to the Insight. The Insight has a report captured on the front page that says Heath Goldfields collateralized Bogoso Prestea mines for $65 million. US-Israel war on Iran, the miscalculation of the century amid Trump's adventure. How NPA deepened safety education at Kwahu Easter. TCDA responds to media reports on rubber exports, rejects allegations of under-invoicing. That's the Tree Crop Development Authority. The future is herbal, and PEMDAKO's call for integration. Then you have Minister climaxes Easter with call for national sacrifice, integrity and fervent prayer for Ghana. Africa progressive movements continue to rally in solidarity with Cuba. The business analyst, so now we're doing some business papers now. Business analyst says, alleged $65 million from Trafigura, not enough to run Bogoso Prestea mines. Experts are set. Mahama attends One Health Summit, holds talks with Macron, that's the French president. Ghana's economy to withstand US-Iran conflict impact, that's according to Fitch Solutions. NPA intensifies a Stay Back, Stay Safe campaign in Eastern Region. Elizabeth Shong Park exits New Reflex Ghana Limited as CEO amid executive restructuring. Now let me bring you the Business and Financial Times BNFT. BNFT says 2027 debt wall now in view despite successful return to domestic bond market. DBG engages oil palm actors over $500 million financing prospect. Chamber of Mines urges higher state equity. Setting the benchmark, Innovare crowned 2025 Cyber Security Company of the Year. GCX surpasses 2025 trading volumes in Q1 of 2026. That's according to the CEO. Galamsey fight failing. Prudential Life settles 100,000 Ghana cedis medical bills and extinguishing ownership by Monopsony, the unconstitutional displacement of cocoa farmers' property rights. So that's the Business and Financial Times. Now I'm going to take you online and bring you some stories from our web portals. Let's see where we're starting from. Channel1newsonline.com. Chlorine gas leak at Baifukrum water plant contained. Residents urged to evacuate. Chlorine gas leak at Baifukrum water plant contained. Residents urged to evacuate. Kwahu Easter, patrons hail improved traffic control and stronger sales. City FM and Channel 1 TV Easter Orphan Project brings music, joy and hope to Osam Krum prison. Onion traders alarmed as armed men reportedly storm Ajin Kotoku Market. Pedestrians call for urgent fix to Kaneshie Footbridge. BOG governor says stabilizing economy came at a high cost. Harness youth optimism for national development, lecturer urges Mahama. Easter Orphan Project, City FM and Channel 1 TV give Basco 30,000 Ghana cedis and other supplies. Fitch says Ghana economy shielded from US-Iran tensions. Again, City FM and Channel 1 TV Easter Orphan Project support chosen rehab with 20,000 Ghana cedis and other essentials. Kaneshie Footbridge repairs to take 6 to 9 months. That's according to the AMA. Mahama departs for France to attend Global Health Summit in Lyon. Sachet water prices to remain unchanged after talks with government. So that's channel1newsonline.com. Let's take a few stories from citynewsroom.com. citynewsroom.com. Kaswa Old Market demolition displaces hundreds of traders. Government explores local polymers to curb sachet water cost. Chlorine gas leak at Baifukrum water treatment plant. NADMO issues alert. Don't repeat Ayalolo mistakes with new buses. That's according to a transport analyst. Multi-vehicle crash reported at Ayimensa. Ashanti Expo, government pledges support for businesses. City FM and Channel 1 TV extend Easter Orphan projects to prisons, orphanages and rehab centers. Kwacho Fusu says 50 farmer service centers to get over 4,000 farm equipment. Kaneshie Footbridge, pedestrians call for quick repairs, and turmoil as armed men storm Ajin Kotoku Onion Market. So go online for the details. Visit citynewsroom.com as well as channel1newsonline.com. You can get the details from there. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
No, we're not making banku. We're not making kukunte. We're just stripping it all the way down to one of my favorite things, a sweet dessert. She is a very distinguished human being, a woman being. Please, round of applause for Abba as she comes in.
Thank you, thank you.
Go.
You know, the flour is white, the salt and the sugar and so on and so forth. And the white and the milk will talk about just the purity of our hearts.
And we're making what kind of cake?
We're gonna make a vanilla cake.
So there's a measuring cup, or you can use any cup of yours in the house to measure. So the same cup of margarine goes the same cup of flour, and then goes with the same cup of sugar.
All the time.
But then if it's you can use the same cup of sugar. But any other person, kindly use half because it becomes sugary.
So it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
Like it
and
or not,
I
it's
always
Hollywood.
wanted to go to Hollywood. You always hear this is where the movies are being made.
There's vanilla ice.
Valis, wish us happy birthday.
Ice baby. Oh, happy birthday!
Ice baby.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Rich Tomato Mix. Over Kakra, Nayibibre. We continue our conversation this week on Lifeline with Bishop Fred Krachimensa and his guest for an insightful conversation on mindset.
What do you think will happen when your spirit decides to work with your mind? This is Lifeline, where psychology and theology meet to help you understand your struggles and to overcome them with wisdom and faith.
To challenge our mindset. Now, what did Joshua and Caleb do? The Bible says they stealed, because the report that they brought caused commotion in the camp, to the extent that they came telling Moses, take us back. We do not want to go into this land. And then Caleb and Joshua steal them and say, be quiet, our God is able.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV. On Footprints this Friday, we sit down with Dr. Nina Kweno, the Ghanaian scientist and engineer widely recognized as the father of the internet in Africa. He takes us through his educational journey and shares how he helped expand and shape the growth of the internet across the continent.
A level, you had physics A, mathematics A,
Yes, please.
applied maths A,
Yes.
and then chemistry B.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, really, the person who helped a lot was more like Rollins than many people.
Rollins?
Yeah.
With policy direction.
Policy direction, meaning that he said, and Mr. Pepra was the minister then, and he said, this is value-added service.
Yeah.
So while we are going to change the regulation, we can still proceed.
What do you make of generative AI and the way it's invaded every space?
Oh, me, I think it's good and healthy.
It's good.
It's good. It's supposed to be disruptive. The internet was disruptive, but people found their way, isn't it?
That's correct.
So this one too will be disruptive. The things which can best be done by AI will be done by AI. There's another element coming after the AI, which has to do with being able to solve certain kinds of problems much quicker. than we could solve them today.
So beyond AI, there's quantum.
There's quantum computing and
Quantum
communication.
computing is coming. So if
It's
you
coming.
thought that AI was an explosion, wait till you hear about
In fact, AI needs quantum.
Footprints airs on Fridays at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Thank you for choosing us. The program is Breakfast Daily. The station is Channel 1, and we're going into the news review segment. We'd like for you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. It's very, very interactive. We'd like to hear from you as we move into the discussions. So let us know what you think. The WhatsApp number is there on your screens. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. Join our live feed on Facebook and on YouTube, and let's do the show together. Of course, you can engage our post on Instagram, on X, and you can enjoy some video content from TikTok as well. Before we go into it, let's say happy birthday to Lolonyo. You have been a phenomenal human being, and your growth has been amazing. Continue being the woman you are that your family is proud of. And it ends off by saying, God bless you. This is from the King of Accra. Happy birthday to you, Lolonyo. While we're at it, let's say good morning and welcome to Doc, whom we haven't seen in a while. Dr. Joshua Jebuntie Zato. He's a senior political analyst and a fellow of the APL. Doc, good morning. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be back.
You've been missed.
Yeah, thank you.
But we've seen ahead of your exploits.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Council is here. He's a regular on the show. Lamtega Panga. He's the acting deputy commissioner for the Gaming Commission Ghana. Council, good morning.
Good morning, my
good
brother.
To see you.
Good to see you.
So if I want to speak Luto, he's the one to talk to. So
not necessarily. I think if you want to run
yes.
a lotto company.
If you need a license to run, well, we are in the gaming. Lotto will fall under NLA.
Yes. I want too short to go and take Lotto.
Or if you want
then you go to NLA.
Too short, see the banker to banker money. Or the Lotto doctor.
As our original player.
Two parrots.
Very well. Gentlemen, good morning and you're welcome.
Thank you.
I hope the Easter period was good.
Oh, yeah, it was a mix of activities. Relaxing and quiet.
I like the smile with which you're saying it.
Oh, yeah.
I can only but imagine.
When Christ has died and risen for you, you only can smile.
Indeed.
I know somebody that since I left San Francisco Xavier, I can't remember the last time I did the whole Easter Trillium. Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter. But I did it this time.
You did?
Oh, you did?
And Easter Vigil,
Did you go through the Lent as well?
Master, we are talking. I observed it. And Easter Vigil, my two sons got their first communion. So it was kind of like
great stuff.
Banjana and Jabuti. Congratulations to you
great
guys.
stuff.
Yeah, so
great stuff.
That was good
great
Easter.
Stuff.
I couldn't go to Kwehu because Kwehu is for big men. So we the small people, we remain in Accra.
No comment.
We were around doing our Easter Fun project. Yesterday we visited 4 different facilities. Basco School complex and orphanage around Troto somewhere in the Eastern region.
I saw the videos and I must commend your network for that initiative. It's very good. Sustain it.
I think the biggest credit goes to our viewers and our listeners on radio. We asked that they donate so we can do this, and they donated generously.
You gave the platform. That's a good thing. It's good.
Amazing. Anyways, let's get into our business for today. We've seen sort of a fluctuation with fuel price hikes. So when the window opens, it either goes up or it drops. And it's largely being attributed to the tensions in the Middle East. President Mahama, when he spoke over the weekend, announced that he is convening a cabinet meeting. Council, let me start from you. Is that what it will take? Or can we just issue directives for, if you like, the removal of some taxes and deal with these floor price issues and all that, and we're good to go?
Very well. Good morning to you and your listeners again. And let me just take a minute to congratulate the Chief of Staff and his team for the good work on the Kwehu Business Summit. I mean, it's come to stay, and it's an improvement of what we've seen in the past from mainly tourist activity, now adding business to it. And I'm praying that this will give birth to other good initiatives and other communities, particularly like my community in Nabdam and Upper East, would also learn from some of this, and we'll see how we can also put together.
Maybe you can spearhead that.
Yeah, we can also put
you
together
learn from the chief
similar
of staff
activity, exactly, similar activities, and then put. We've seen other activities in other places in Gomoa and other, which are quite encouraging.
Indeed.
So we also need to learn from it. But on your question you posed, whether is this what it takes? Not exactly so, but it's important. The call by the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for an emergency cabinet meeting is very important in this particular issue, because it should not be a knee-jerk decision or activity. It should be a well-planned, reviewed.
But it's an emergency cabinet meeting, not a knee-jerk reaction, because we've seen the trend, we knew the issues, we knew the area that was affected, we knew the possibilities. How did we not plan ahead?
A knee-jerk reaction would have been to just call the finance minister into a meeting and say, do this, or go on radio, or go on TV, or go at a program and just make an announcement. You understand? But you need to look at the books. You need to look at the effect. What will be the effect if I introduce A, B, C, D? Will it really cushion the price? What is the focus on the focus for the war? How do we see things happening in the next few weeks? Is there going to be escalation or de-escalation? Would that all feed into a general framework of what to do? And I think that the step to call for an emergency meeting, cabinet meeting, means the government will take a very thorough review of various mechanisms and plans to ensure that we're pushing Ghanaians on the effect of this war, particularly on the increase in fuel prices. And so it's a call in the right direction, and it's an initiative to tell you that the president and his team are being responsible and ready to take proactive measures. You may want to say that why didn't we plan ahead? Nobody anticipated this war. True. You understand? Nobody anticipated this war.
But it's been going on for a while.
Yes, it's been going on for the last 3 weeks or so. True. And if you observe carefully, there were times that we picked signals that gave an indication that the war was coming to an end. And in fact, there were times that the major players like the US actually made some announcement that gave an impression. In fact, in that announcement even resulted in reduction in fuel prices for that short period. And so some of those indicators, signs, will not make you take major decisions immediately. You would want to still observe the circumstance and see if there is a need to review. Now it has become apparent that it's not going to end immediately, and we know that the effect on the oil supply may be devastating. Luckily for us, we have received assurance, and very great assurance from the president, that we have enough supplies to last us some 6 weeks more. And then we have continuous supply that will replenish what we are losing out. So there's some assurance there, and it's good. The other good part is that we are not going to have fuel shortages, because in the midst of all this crisis, the worst thing you want to see is to have fuel shortages in the system. And then amidst the increase in price, then you're going to have fuel shortages that even make things worse. You get it? So obviously, we have some assurances that it's quite helpful for us. So we're looking forward to the meeting and hoping that the outcome of that meeting would look into the future, some short-term and medium-term plans, and of course into some long-term plans as well that will help us to get out of these challenges.
Very well. Gentlemen, help me welcome Larry Dogbe, editor of the Herald newspaper.
I've heard the name, never met the man.
Well, nice to meet you today. You have.
Today you have.
Larry,
it's good to be here.
Well, let me be a bit Greek or ancient this morning.
Yeah.
Why has D forsaken us?
How do you say
back,
that?
He has resurrected with Christ. He has resurrected with Christ. He has come.
We can discuss fees later.
Exactly. I can discuss the fees with you.
But it's good to see you, Larry.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here.
Very well, very well. We're in the matter of the fuel prices and the emergency cabinet meeting called by the president. So I'll come to you for your thoughts on that. But
I was seated there. I heard everything.
Very well. Very well. So let me find out from Doc. Reactive or proactive?
Thank you. And once again, thank you to your listeners and your viewers, and good morning to all of you. I think we need to go a little bit back and try to do something small about a synopsis of fuel price, the politics of fuel price in this country. Politicians love what I call instant gratification.
Okay.
Politicians are obsessed with instant gratification. They want to take the credit now. So now they don't care what happens in the next future. And because of this push for instant gratification, so now they are claiming victories that they shouldn't claim. They are taking things that they shouldn't do. Then those things immediately becomes an albatross.
Okay.
If you go back to when we started this petroleum deregulation things, whenever fuel prices fall, governments are quick to say, hey, we did it. When the prices fall, they say, oh, we did it, we brought prices down. So praise us, give us the glory. They are quick to take the glory for that. The NPP did that. When the prices go up, they're like, yeah, we didn't do it. Blame external sources. So they say, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that the way we are coming from.
True.
All the way to today. Last year by this time, the NDC was saying that we did it. We brought the fuel prices down. They were quick to take the glory for that. They were quick to take the praise for that. They said, we did that. All of a sudden, fuel prices are up, like, we didn't do it.
But
external prices did. That's what I'm saying. So just look at that logic. When it's good, we did it. When it's not bad, we did it. You did this one too. You did it. The fuel prices are up because the NDC did it. Because you cannot accept the glory when fuel prices are down, and then you are running away from the pain when fuel prices are up. We need to have our narrative ready. It's like the stock market. And sometimes you say, oh, the stock is up, tomorrow the stock crashes, and you say you didn't do it. If we understand these things, then there are two things. Either one, we say that we don't try to claim the glory when the prices are down, because we know that there's very little we can do. Or we claim both. Claim both the glory and claim both the sorrow. Agree that you brought the prices down, and then when they are up and Ghanaians are not suffering in pain, then the government must also acknowledge that we brought this up and we accept it. If you don't accept those two, you are being dishonest and you are being disingenuous.
But does it matter who gets the credit when the ordinary Ghanaian is bearing the brunt?
It matters, good. That's what I'm saying. If politicians stop doing this, then whenever any of these things happen, they always look at what will happen tomorrow, the geopolitics of it. If you remove yourself from that and say, look, there's few you can do. The taxes and the levies that you put inside, they are important for national development. That's just the little you can do. The rest of it may lie outside your bodies.
Right.
If you come to that acknowledgement, then you will be what? Magnanimous enough to then agree that your power to bring the prices to $10, to 10 cities, to 9 cities is woefully limited, and you can do that. If we accept that, then you will see that we're always looking ahead to prevent the next shock. But don't pick and choose. So if you said that we brought the prices down in 2025, then you also increased the prices in 2026. Good. There's the second.
So now you've spoken to the optics of it.
The optics of it.
Right.
Then let's come to the cabinet meeting. I'm scared about this cabinet meeting.
Why?
The last time the government summoned an emergency cabinet meeting was with cocoa. When they came out, cocoa farmers started crying. When they came out, cocoa farmers were not happy. When they came out, in fact, up to now, the cocoa farmers are still not happy. You remember that?
I do.
When they come out of this, I'm not a cocoa farmer. I buy fuel. Actually, there's not enough fuel in my tank. Will I be crying? The last time the government, there was always a saying that whenever the British Parliament met, you should be worried. It was an old saying when we started learning politics, because especially when they were an empire and they ruled the world, whenever British Parliament is sitting down, they can curtail your rights just like that, because they can pass any law. That was the time we said they could do anything except turn a man into a woman, and I think now they can do that. So whenever they met, you were supposed to be worried. Today, we are sitting here. This is the second emergency cabinet that they are going to for a particular issue. The last time they did it...
Not on the same issue.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Right. The last time they did it on cocoa, they came out, it was followed by woes and pathologies and tears. Today, when they are coming out, what will it be followed by? I don't know. And because of that, I am scared and worried. There's little that the government can do right now. And in fact, if you watch...
Are you sure?
Yes, very little. Look, I'm being honest.
There's some 1 cedi energy levy.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, is little. I'm being honest with government here. There's little they can do. But because they've boxed themselves into that hole, because they've taken all the credit, people didn't think that government can work magic. when the prices were down, again, that's why I said the narrative. You must understand that foundation. Now people expect you to work magic. People expect you to reduce fuel prices by let me say 5 cities, 10 cities. You can't do that, but you own it because you set the conditions for yourselves to get there.
So when you create the narrative to glorify yourself, then expectations are high of you.
Too high, and they are genuine expectations. They are real expectations. My point is that it's bad now. If you look at anybody, all the estimates all over the world, but it may get worse before it gets better. It may get worse. Because somebody was telling me one of the things that happened. One of the reasons why we are still in a relatively good place is that oil tankers travel at a very low speed. So those that cross the
Hormuz
Strait and were making their way to Japan, South Korea, Australia, India, they've just discharged or they are discharging their cargo. Now the idea is that because it's too slow, they are always going all the time. But now, because of there was a break in the number of
supply chain.
So the supply chain. Now, by the time, when we finish with what they've just discharged at refineries, it will take a long time for these people, these other trolleys, to get there if they even get there. And that is the problem. Together with the uncertainties about the bombings and the insurance costs. So it may get worse before it gets better. But as a country, that's the question we are talking about. This emergency cabinet meeting may just tinker with prices. I think that what they may do is maybe remove the 1 cedi, levy on it, or divide it into 2. The government will take half, do some cosmetic things, but the real issues are way beyond our borders. And I think it's about time again that the government lowers the expectations, say that the cabinet meeting is not a cure for all. It may just dance at the period because the real issues lie way beyond our borders, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Very well. Larry, how critical is this cabinet meeting? Because we've seen the impact move into other areas, even on sachet water. Yeah, they threatened to actually increase the price per bag yesterday until the ministry intervened.
Why did they mention the Strait of Hormuz?
No, they're saying that the raw material for the polymer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Enemy fertilizer.
And it's actually a petroleum product.
Okay.
Yes, so it's affecting the production costs.
It's affecting all of them.
You know, the average Ghanaian trader has a certain tendency. Quickly, it appears we are looking for, something, to slap. Yeah, exactly. And then as soon as prices come down.
No, at that point, we are blind, we are deaf. We can't see, we can't
hear.
We can't
see. It's unfortunate. Yeah. But I think that the cabinet meeting is quite necessary. It's necessary because then he communicates a certain, message to the average guy that listen, government is thinking about this particular matter. As to what comes out of it is another matter that we'll have to discuss later. It's good that it's been thrown out there as well, that discussions such as this and other places could prick government as in thinking the way forward. So it's good for us. However, I mean, as Doc said, we are not the only ones going through this particular matter. As we speak, Cairo, at a certain time of the day, I mean, it's pitch dark. Cairo, of all places. Egypt, of all places. And that they are even having to cut down on their working hours. Sri Lanka had done that. I think Thailand and many, Southeast Asia countries have all done that. And so we are not the only ones feeling this particular.
Senegal has banned foreign travel for all ministers.
Okay. So you see where we are. So if the Ghanaian government is thinking about, having a discussion as far as this thing is concerned, it's apt. And that we should just support it in whichever form we can. However, things should be thought through in a way where other countries, what they are doing is they are putting subsidies on fuel. Okay. Others are also reducing the tax margins on the fuel as well. In other countries, the product is not even available in the first place.
Yes.
Okay, so the little we have, we'll have to manage it very well. Maybe government would want to come out with the working less, you know, cutting down the number of
maybe hours at work.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
days.
public, you know, those in so that we could, things could be minimized. And that's
the government should say people all the big men should pack their V8s.
Well,
you say also a donkey.
Provide a bus for all the ministries.
Well, that's
because look, the only thing we can do is think at the surface. And I'm being honest here. We all know. We can't think at the face.
No, but just a quick reaction to what the doc said earlier on. I mean, the issue about taking credit and then taking the fall when the price go up. I mean, he's right on that. But I don't think that when the price come down, it is not, government has no hand in it. In all cases, government has a hand in it because there are price build-up, there are tax components that sometimes goes into the pricing. And of course, NPA regulates the pricing, so government always has a hand in it when it comes down. And it's not just foreign activities, external activities that affect the price of fuel alone. There are internal and local activities as well. Managing one of the things we have benefited from this is how we have managed the exchange rate. Because haven't managed to hold the exchange rate at this point is helping us to be able to manage the pricing better. If we had a weak exchange rate at this stage, we'd have made things worse. And of course, managing the exchange rate is also a reflection of what government has done, and we need to give credit where credit is due. You understand? One of the key things that maybe this cabinet meeting would look into is how to ensure constant supply and how we can also manage consumption. Because at this stage, supply is going to have some challenges, and of course we can't continue consuming as though nothing is at stake. We may be compelled to manage our consumption. Which
how do we intervene in the consumption? People have to move.
If we reduce working hours, as has been stated clearly earlier on, if we manage the number of the schedules, you understand, and then of course we know that the public sector is a great high consumer.
Is this an opportunity for the 133?
For me, I would want to see them talk, come out with something very tangible, something that we can relate with. Okay, because if all we are doing is buying finished product and pumping it into cars, and we have a good facility sitting there, the narrative around that is that it's almost
toys up and operational. But you know, toys.
Let's greet Mr. Combat this morning.
Yes, Combat, my brother. And you know that it's not just a matter of TOR's operation, but also TOR getting even regular supply of the crude to be able to do the refining.
There's something I want to say. Look, there are some practical things the government can do just tomorrow. They can say that, for instance, and we know the gas goes less. The vehicles that spend more on gas. If you say that ban every government appointee, no matter whether you are civil servant or political appointee, pack your V8. Use your saloon car. If you have the saloon car, use it.
But the roads are not good.
It's not a blanket. Say when you are within the country, you can do that. You can say that if you are in town, if you are in town, or if you are a regional manager or a chief director in the region, and you are within town, pack your V8. We can do that. It will save something small even on the government bill. We can do that. There are other things that we can see. As I said, they may think on the surface of some of the taxes. They do this, something small.
Margins and all.
But there's something that he said. Again, we've heard this same argument in the cocoa pricing. That if we hadn't managed the foreign exchange prices, the crisis in the cocoa would have been worse. Go tell that to the cocoa farmer. Go tell that to the man who labored throughout the year and sold the cocoa. He won't buy that explanation.
This debate is not about cocoa.
I'm coming back. I'm saying I want us to learn lessons.
Right, you're gleaning from the foreign exchange.
I'm saying that that's what I'm saying. Let's learn the lessons. If you do this and you raise the expectations high, I want us to manage expectations.
Right.
That's all, Larry. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because if you are simply saying this, then I'm the consumer. If you are saying you have managed this and so well, then why am I paying so much? That's what I'm saying. Let's manage expectations. Because see, oil has passed the $4 in the United States, for instance. Are you saying they've not managed their economy well? You've just given the example. Cairo is going black. Sri Lanka, other places. People are shivering. Are you saying they have not managed their currencies well? They have. But there was a hand that played them. So my point is that When you
it's a global disease.
Thank you.
Like the pandemic.
Thank you.
You know, yeah.
Thank you. So
stop Russia, Ukraine.
So on the one hand, see that's what I'm saying. So I want you to look at the issue in that argument. We've managed our economy well. So we are managing the shocks well. We are not. The prices are increasing. So
but is it assured?
You can do that.
Do you have any reassurance if Fitch says that the Ghanaian economy is shielded from the US-Iran crisis?
It's not shielded from. We are seeing it. Shielded from what? What was fuel prices in February? What was the prices?
Around 10.
You see, the thing about fuel prices is that you cannot hide it. It's like pregnancy. You can hide it for the first 3 months. It's displayed there. I've seen it. If you say we are shielded, you can make that look. Look, we can come out with a mass. I'm sure there's some National Science and Mass Great case there who can come out with a formula to say this would have been this.
You represent that in school. Dr. Sanoji, you always get Balance Science and Mass.
My school, we went to, is it quarterfinals or semi-finals? We've never won. It's St. Francis Xavier Junior.
Yeah, we also have done quarterfinals. We have never won. We've done quarterfinals.
We won. Aquinas.
You won it.
Thomas Aquinas.
Okay. You are up there. So maybe we need one of them to come with the formula.
Exactly.
To say that.
Why are the scientists now?
But that formula may not help the consumer. So that's what I'm saying. If we manage the expectations just small, and say that then it helps. But when you begin saying that because of the way we've managed the economy, then the question the truck driver is asking, if you manage the economy, why am I now paying too much? That is the crux of the issue I'm talking about.
So we should put the real economy ahead of the political economy.
Exactly.
No, but the reality too here is that even though they've seen huge increases in fuel prices, it has not really reflected in the price of food and some other items. The prices have managed to remain pretty stable,
and there's been some relative stability.
And also it's also largely because of the way we've managed the inflation. I was talking to
somebody, who does a lot of activities around the market, and I'm told that prices have gone up.
No, it's just starting. What I'm
saying is it's beginning. It's picking up naturally.
Exactly.
I mean, it will reflect naturally because.
Thank you.
And then, of course,
once fuel prices go up, there's a ripple effect.
Truck drivers are.
Brent is around 11.
Yeah, Brent crude.
Yes, and it's going up.
It's going up.
But in all this, international relations, you see, the West will have to be thinking about the third world. You get it? When you call this place, whatever. I don't want to. It's morning. I can't. And these are the things you do. It's obviously paints a picture where you don't care what happens.
Of course.
If you are a global power, it doesn't make you a global bully.
True.
Okay. And I mean, some of the choice of words you go to through, media. I mean, the choice of words, as though we are watching a Hollywood movie,
as though somebody's playing a video game.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Larry, the meeting that would have excited me. Assuming today I heard that the Minister of Energy, Finance, and Foreign Affairs, they were meeting with the Iranian ambassador and the NPA chief executive. Maybe they are doing that. If I heard that, I would have been hallelujah. Christ has risen. Because some countries have been able to negotiate to have their vessels,
their cargo
go through the Strait of Hormuz. This is where we needed all the diplomacy we have. Fortunately, we have good relationships with Iran. Ghana has absolutely no distance with Iran. We can build on that. So that is the meeting, not this cabinet, that would have excited me. If maybe it's happening in a covered manner.
It's one of the matters that was on the table.
The cabinet meeting become a certain decision which may include sanctioning the foreign minister and some other persons to engage particular.
That kind of meeting would have excited me if it had happened. To say that, look, hey, Iran, we have been doing goodbyes, we have good relationship, we've never done this, so can you help with the cargo to pass? That, for me, would have excited me. But right now,
But the cargo.
But who says that you have cargo? That
do you have cargo directly?
We don't have.
We need to know where we are getting our cargo from. I have heard that mostly from Europe.
Yeah, we are secondary. Consumers. So the primary ones and.
So you see why I'm saying that government can do very little about this.
Because we are not buying directly to refined locally.
We are buying from.
We are buying refined products.
And now they don't have. So if they don't have first, they are going to treat it like the way they started with the COVID vaccine.
Well, so what is happening? Not that they don't have per se, but they are not getting constant supply. So they are, of course, rationing it and seeing how everybody can get a bit of it to keep the system running.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. Let's just brace for that. and speak truth to the Ghanaians. Tell them, look, this thing will get worse before it gets better. Once we do that,
the president has done that.
once we do that, then we will go, because there are no quick fixes, and there are no magical bands here. No. Magical swords do not happen. There are no quick fixes. Fertilizer is going to get bad. Look, as I was saying, it's the byproducts. We're talking about sachet water. Now it's fertilizer. Most fertilizers come from there. The farming season, where we come from, boss, is about to begin.
Yeah.
So the fertilizer might not even be there. And then we see what is going to happen. Farmers are already reeling. If there's no fertilizer to farm, then you begin to understand that this thing is closer than we think. Russia, Ukraine, we said they affected our food system. People did not buy that narrative. Now, this is real issues. Farmers, spring is just that the farmers in Europe and North America are going to the farms. They don't have fertilizer. They are claiming that. We are likely going to face the brunt of it, because we're also about to go to the season. So it will get worse before it gets better. Government needs to be honest and transparent with citizens and begin to tell us. For instance, what are we telling farmers now? Are we making farmers understand that the government intended, for instance, to subsidize fertilizers, to give fertilizers? But considering what is happening, may not. Let us manage the expectations gap.
Right.
If we manage the expectations gap, look, citizens are discerning, they can follow you, they can understand you. But if you are being honest and sincere with them, that's what I want us to do.
I don't think we are far from what is happening. In fact, the president, the government has been very transparent and open, and we are not trying to shield. In fact, that's exactly what we do with the cocoa business. Government did not provide cushioning for cocoa farmers.
So people are just not to listen.
Yes. over and over. And that is why government was bold enough to take bold decisions. We can't provide subsidies at this point. Imagine if we are having provided subsidies and we are having this crisis again in our hands. I mean, you can think about it. So government has been very practical, and we have managed expectations very well. We've not provided wrong information or misleading narratives to give Ghanaians some fake assurance. It's been the reality as it is.
We should be thinking about gold, because it looks now the economy is anchored on gold. So if gold prices on the international market should also begin to drop, then we're in trouble.
Dropping. They are actually dropping.
You know the interesting thing about the cocoa thing, where you have suddenly thousands of people, storming cocoa farms. And speaking to media people, social bloggers and so on and so forth. And you ask yourself, so we have this number of people in cocoa farms.
Advocates.
I think that's where the Mahama, we have that number of people, in cocoa farming. That's amazing.
No, Larry, you were surprised. I met somebody who is in Accra, but he says, look, he bought cocoa anticipating, it was an investment he did, anticipating the
increase in price,
the season,
the 6,000
baht.
No, a lot of these people, they don't look organized for you.
Which people?
A lot of the people.
But some of it is understood.
But as for that one, the police themselves said, they told us how much they were paid to come to Accra to protest. How much they were paid to come and protest. Those who are going to the farms.
Where I come from, we cultivate maize. The price of maize has collapsed in Sisala East. Farmers are facing bankruptcy. They are crying out. If I was an MP and I could attract media, I would take them to the farms.
Because we have more supplies than demand.
Whatever be the case,
it's not because anyone is doing this.
We
all encourage. Wait for a minute. We encourage production. We encourage production. You initiated these agri programs in the past. We provided fertilizers. So naturally, naturally. But you see. About some few years ago, we even had shortage of maize for even our poultry farmers and all that. So today, if we are getting more, all we need to do is have storage facilities, have post-harvest processing, so that we can assure ourselves of when shortages happen.
So the issue I was talking about is that, so it's genuinely understood. If I could attract this amount of media attention, I'll take you to Salaland, I'll take you to Mungwalinja and Bogoja, I'll go to Kulfu, I'll go to Tasso, I'll go to.
But would that not be mischievous on your part, knowing that the market forces
seeking to do
exactly, knowing that market forces determine the price, and now there's more supply than demand.
When Dr. Tukono went to cocoa farmers, what was he trying to show?
No, he went there to explain to them that.
explain.
Listen,
after I said him, God had been there.
So you see, so these people have also gone. They also explained. They have not explained.
But a certain group had gone there to do their own advocacy.
Everybody went there to do their own thing. Then later on, the chief of staff and the vice president also went to Eastern Radio. So we are all going. They are all going to explain.
If you go to any maize farm, now, one of your things you should be looking at is if you can mobilize enough resources and buy. Buy at the cheap rate now, and then just anticipate that, as you have already said, that we are going to have fertilizer crisis and the rest. It means that production in the next season will go down. So you have an advantage.
There will be an increase.
Exactly. Do you know what is going to
when the demand rises?
Do you know what's going to happen? That farmers are going to reduce how much they can cultivate, because if you cannot buy enough fertilizer, if you cannot pay for tractor, because remember, because of fuel, tractor price is going to go way higher. If you cannot, so production. So let's say if I was doing 10 acres last year, maybe this year I may just do 3 or 4. That is also the problem. So we are likely going to get to where we were. Farmers cannot pay their debts. They cannot cultivate the land very well. The fertilizer is not affordable. So they are going to what? Reduce their acreage. And that also creates a problem going down.
Enough fertilizer this year. So
I mean, for me, I'd like to point out how the extent to which, as a country, we have been blessed, or as a people, we have been blessed. Some of these things are indicators as to how we should put our house in order.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Our scientists, rose up to the occasion during the COVID time when we saw all that they did. The doctors, the nurses, the lab technicians, everybody. We saw what they did. Then Russia, Ukraine also came. Okay, people suggested that in the absence of wheat and all flour and all that, we could process potato and even maize into flour so that we can bake bread with it and then be self-reliant.
Yeah.
Now, which one?
Israel.
Israel, sure, it's also here. And
U.S., Israel, Iran.
Okay. It's also here. And again, pointers. That listen, guys, put your home or put your house in order. And we are here, talking about how fertilizer wouldn't come. And if fertilizer doesn't come, how our farmers are going to suffer. The price of maize is going, and so on and so forth. But we have arable lands that we can cultivate some of these things. We can. I'm coming. We can also do, manure or whatever. Long before fertilizer, our people were compost exactly, and cultivating farms and producing and feeding, a whole community. I mean, what are our scientists doing? And what is the policy backing all those things and so on? Ministry of Agriculture has become a tractor supplying ministry. I mean, I agree with you. I agree.
I don't think there's any problem with that.
Sure, but I'm saying that it shouldn't just be that.
It's beyond that.
It's beyond that. I mean, Burkina Faso just told us that, guys, don't come here for tomatoes again. And I mean, we were falling over each other. Trying to go
between our legs,
begging. Guys.
So you see,
you get it.
If you juxtapose what he's saying with the government making, right now, if you were a maize farmer or a yam farmer from your place or whatever you farm, and you've seen that there's no demand, the price has collapsed, what motivation is there for you to invest in it again? What motivation is there for you to go into tomato? Because now you know that if it comes down, there's no back. But the government said they were going to bring money to increase the price gate. It didn't come. What they released finished in Accra 3 days because people just opened their warehouses and fed the government. And the rest of the money is not coming. So that's the ripple effect. So now if I have some money there, you say go invest in tomato farming. Then I've seen my neighbor who invested his money in maize. He's selling there. He cannot sell his maize. 2 years maize is sitting there. He's getting poorer and poorer by doing the right thing. The farmers have done the right thing and they are still doing the right thing. But they are getting poorer for doing the right thing. So the motivation then to continue is not there.
The focus has always been on cultivation.
But after harvesting, what else?
There's an excellent factory in Tumwe, in my hometown Tumwe. It's called Kedam. They have the capacity to take maize and turn it into products like for breakfast and other
cereals.
In fact, there was a time they started doing 24-hour economy before this government came. They had a contract with Guinness Ghana and they had 3 shifts, 24-hour economy. the contract with Guinness ran out. Today they can do that. The government can simply hire Kedan to manufacture that, and tomorrow
they will give you an invoice after this.
And they can do that. They can supply it before you realize.
The company.
They know those who own the company. Kedan can do 24-hour economy, hire people, and still process the maize. They can do that. Government is not investing in the right places.
Let me come to council to wrap up on this one.
You remember the plantain matter where suddenly the Ministry of Food and Agriculture was
selling at
plantain market.
I mean, I agree with Larry to a large extent when he says that this crisis gives us an opportunity to look at internal homegrown policies and interventions, but it shouldn't be just medium or short-term interventions, but we should look also into long-term.
Yeah.
And of course, in all the things we have discussed, including the maize and all that, we also have to start looking at post-harvest processing, what we can do with it, and not just having maize sitting and we are concerned about the prices. I mean, if the farmers are sure that there are factories and there are persons who will pick them, they continue to produce. And I know that there are plans by this government to bring up some of these interventions. Let's hope that the emergency meeting will come up with very concrete, reassuring measures that would give us some hope going into the future.
Very well. Let me take a few quick messages and then we can move on to other matters. Haruna Sani in Wa says, I heard Felix on a certain network claiming that before 2022, when the Russian-Ukraine war started, prices of fuel were already on the rise. You shouldn't forget that before 2022, we were already battling with COVID-19. Therefore, the NDC shouldn't tell us not to compare Israel, USA, and Iran war to the Russian-Ukraine war. Okay. Good morning, Nana. Politics of fuel prices in Ghana is good at this moment. If I can quote the current energy minister, Gina Paul, it is only an intelligent, okay, so this is supposed to be the quote. It's only an intelligent government who can bring down the price of fuel. Ghana is a net producer of fuel and this government is a better manager of the economy. If exogenous factors affect Ghana today as was not then, how would the current energy minister describe his government in the context of the hikes in fuel pricing today? Reality is the truth and we should reason along such lines. This is Kwadwo Mafo from Kwawu Jamase. Aminu from Ensawam says, while we acknowledge the hardships fuel price hikes could bring, the NDC should be gracious enough to apologize to the Akufo-Addo and Bawumia government for the harsh criticism they received from the NDC and its allies when Ghana faced similar challenges during and after COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war. All right, keep your messages coming in. We'll do our best to read them. But let's move on to the matter of urban transport. Some procurement has been made and some 100 buses have been secured to ease the challenge. What should this look like? The management, deployment, and sustainability of this new fleet that we've taken. And of course, clearly this 100 will not be enough, but we're expecting more. But I saw behind some taxi, Dadanwa. Should it be business as usual? Or should there be some innovation thrown in at the management of this fleet so that we don't end up branding it as scrap and selling it for a paltry 20 million?
And then finds its way back on the road.
Yeah.
I think that, first of all, it's laudable that the government sees a need to make an intervention in the area of transport. And then we saw the promises about 3-4 months ago from the ministry and from government sources assuring Ghanaians that the transport challenges we're having would be soon dealt with the interventions of those buses coming in. And true to the words of the government actors, we have seen these buses come in. Very soon they'll be distributed and to ease the traffic
transport
challenges. I mean, the call for proper maintenance and management of these buses is very important. Because if you think about it, that people are able to buy about 10-year-old, 15-year-old buses from Europe and other places and bring them here, and they look almost new. We're able to put them on the road and use them for our transport needs. And you wonder why can't we use
sorry, not to catch you, but it always beats my mind how the used not just cars, but used appliances products actually cost more than original ones in this country. And you are told that the home use is better than the brand new. I don't know how they come by that.
We
logic.
need to have a different discussion on this one, but that's another matter. I mean, they'll tell you that the spec is high. They'll tell you a lot of things, but you listen to that one for that discussion. Yeah. And so
Brony will debate.
Yeah, Brony will spare parts.
Yeah.
Even appliances.
Yeah.
Electrical appliance. They'll tell you that okay, the home use one is better than the brand new. So, and it's more expensive.
Yeah, durability.
I think.
But I think it has been used by someone. You are telling me it's better.
Yeah, but there are specific markets.
That's what I say. Specifications. Specifications may vary, and of course.
Let's do it with Abbas.
Yeah, so let's do it with the let's have this discussion another time. And so I think it's good. What we are all calling for is, and I think it's appropriate to have that call, that there should be proper mechanisms to ensure maintenance and then management of these buses for the benefit of everybody, because government is putting in so much money to bring in these buses. We don't want a situation where in the next 5 years or 10 years, these buses are being auctioned at very ridiculous prices, and then they find themselves back in there. Over the time, some of us think that if the private sector is able to manage transport better than what we have done in the public sector, then perhaps we need to empower the private sector to do this better, because it appears we haven't really done well with public sector management of buses. I mean, you have companies like STC and others who have gone through a lot of challenges from Kufuor's era with VANEF intervention and all that, did not really boost STC to a large extent. And then suddenly VIP, OA, and some of the private ones are doing very well. And you're asking yourself, what is the difference? I mean, with all the facilities, all the resources that some of the best of engineers, the technicians, the workshops they have, the guarantees and everything. And yet, we seem to feel just because it belongs to government and the attitude towards it is so bad, because at the end of the day, we know that we are not accountable to the shareholders, and then even if we lose out, our salaries will be paid at all costs. The private sectors are able to do it better. So perhaps we may start to think about how we can empower the private sector to run these things and run them more efficiently than getting directly involved. But of course, this supply of 100 buses is very laudable and will reduce the problems we're having, even though it may not be the final solution, but it's a very good intervention.
Right. Doc, this is 100 out of 300 that we're expecting. The pictures we've seen so far, I think they're branded Metro Mass, so clearly it's going to be under the management of the Metro Mass Transit. But have we done, if like, the necessary works to ensure that the implementation or the use of these buses for the intended purposes to ease the challenges we're seeing in the transport sector?
Thank you very much. Let me say good morning to Professor Michael Pese-White. He is a Director General of SIGA. He has been working very hard to bring state-owned enterprises to financial liquidity, to bring them to become more profitable. SOEs were supposed to be nation builders, but over the time they have become one of the biggest holes in our public finances. They have become a bigger liability to us. That is because politicians have used them like spoils of war. You know, we win an election, the first thing we do is that, okay, now we have spoils. Let's share SOEs among ourselves. If I like Larry, I give him the juiciest SOE to go and manage. If I like my brother, I send him to NLA to go and make plenty money.
He's with Gaming Commission.
Gaming Commission. Why do I keep saying NLA? Like, you understand?
Because of the two show.
Good. I want to show. So they do that. And as they do that, most of these appointees then see their role as a reward for their partisanship. They see their role as that a reward for, let's say, 8 or 4 years of what? Partisanship and doing something for them. So they begin to think their loyalty is to the president, their loyalty is to the party, not the government, and not to the people. And then they also then realize that no matter what they do, no matter how many liabilities they get, government will come and take them. That mentality has continue to undo them, and that is why I'm saying thank you to, I'm calling out to Professor White, because his job is not easy at all in doing that. SOEs can become very powerful engines for economic development. In fact, that was one of the reasons why Nkrumah actually started them or built on them from the colonial government. His idea was that in the absence of a vibrant private sector, let me establish these SOEs so that later they may transition. He was transitioning to socialism, but later they could have transitioned to capitalism to become more profitable and go. They have become a bane, and we need to do better. Coming to the, and I'm saying this because you asked that question. Somebody buys a used car from wherever, can use it for 20 years. We buy a brand new bus for Metromas, the next day it's parked there. And then later on, politicians will turn around and auction it to themselves at ridiculous low prices. They've been doing it all over. All governments have been doing it. We come and we scream, oh, you auctioned this bus for this small. Forgetting that one yesterday, you also did a similar thing or the same thing. Let's get back to us.
You seem to like generalization. When the fingers are pointing at the MPP, you just don't want to.
So, right now we are discussing NDC government just bought this thing. So
yeah, but you are making comments in respect of.
We came from somewhere. I'm trying to put it within the context.
And you make it look like the general thing.
No, I'm trying to
put it. He's putting the precedence to it.
Pesa White. And I mean, that's a generalization.
No.
And I told you about the effort he's doing. I'm simply trying to say that there's a way to do this. But let's come back. So let's be specific. I was on the show with the deputy MD for Metromas, and he told me that since they came in, their prices have increased or is it doubled? And he said part of it is technology.
Their prices?
Their revenue has gone very high. He said part of it is technology, and that technology is, I think they improve upon the tap and go technology. You are saying I should generalize. That technology was introduced by the last government. Dr. Bawumia introduced that technology. They made it better.
So this is the credit. Remember the credit argument he made.
I gave Pesa White credit. Can I give Bawumia credit?
Hold on.
No. But I thought I was still making
He reminded us that then Pesa White's job is difficult.
Of course it is.
He didn't pay compliments to him.
I said he's doing a good job. I said he's doing a good job. Okay. I said he's doing a good job
in getting
the SOC. Okay. Professor Pesa White, thank you. Your job is difficult. You are doing an excellent job. Thank you very much for trying to whip the SOEs into shape and do it. Now let's come to Metromas. Thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for part of the technology you brought to Metromas. It has helped to increase the revenue of Metromas. It's a tap and go.
Is it the same thing you used at the airport?
No, that's airport. I thought Metromas. Okay. You did excellent well, and Ghana is grateful for you. And I was actually on the show with the deputy MD where he made that.
You signal Pesa. In this case, you signal Dr. Bawumia.
Exactly.
So who was Pesa?
Yeah, no.
The MD of Metromas.
I will go. Thank you, Your Excellency,
John Dramani Mahama,
for bringing the buses. Should I say that? I'll go. I'll take the credit. Thank you, Your Excellency, Dr.
John Dramani
Mahama, for appointing Pesa White and for bringing the buses. Thank you, Your Government, for doing that. I've done that. Now, thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for this technology you've introduced. The technology has now become a vital tool in increasing revenue for Metromas. If Metromas is more liquid, if they have more money, then they can repair old buses and they can put more vibrant buses on the road. That's what I'm saying. And I hope that these new buses have come, they will deploy that technology there so that Metromas can become a powerful tool and get the money. So thank you as part of your legacy of His Excellency Dr. Bawumia. We thank you. Then come to something else. These buses that have come, there was also an order of electric buses. Few of them were delivered.
10.
But what I heard was that it was supposed to be 100 or 90. The rest never came.
Why?
I don't know. Because the government left out.
I was not Bawumia.
Yes. No, they brought some. They didn't bring out. Sometimes when
just to question Bawumia, you are closer to Bawumia.
But the government left power. Let's build a nation, my brother. They didn't come. Now, this country has become a procurement obsessed. I was thinking that because of the current fuel challenges we are getting, these current buses, I don't know whether they are part electric or whatever they are, or they are just based on gasoline. If they are, we are going back. All over the world, buses for mass transport are transitioning to what? Electric or other things to bring down costs. So if these are also gas guzzlers, then it may also not do very good for the finances of Metromas. Then the third thing is that, are we using them for intra or intercity travel? You see, I thought that as a country, we've done something. Let's empower STC for intercity transport.
Okay.
So they use bigger buses to move from one city to another, to move from Watu to move to Bolga.
That's what has been happening.
No, but we've seen Metromas do similar things. We've seen them. We've seen them
in certain areas. Yes.
So when we do that, then that's part of the what they break down, because buses that are supposed to be for
the span of wear.
Exactly. So let's bring specific buses, the big buses, and say more powerful, bigger shocks, and say we are putting you on the big long haul routes, and then Metromans, we are going to limit you to city limits, to move people like the Trotro is doing, to compete with the Trotro. If we don't do that, then their mandate kind of come because they're on the same road. You've put a Metromans and an STC bus. They're all going on the same way. Meanwhile, there are hundreds of people stranded at Circle, stranded at Accra. They want the bus to go home. We shouldn't do that. So part of it is, let's do that. Ministry of Transport, let's get bigger, better buses for long hauls for STC, and then concentrate Metromans just within the city limits, and that should help moving people, especially during the rush hour.
Very well, thank you. Larry, I'll come to you for your thoughts, but let me take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll find out if we should be looking at some public-private partnership in this particular instance. Some are running it privately, and we've seen how commercial they've become. STC, for example, is known for its safety on the roads. Can we partner going forward? We'll find out after this break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva Cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
It's time to upgrade your viewing experience with Franco Smart Television. Enjoy full HD and 4K Ultra display for clearer pictures, brighter colors, and smarter features. From our 32-inch screen, perfect for your bedroom, to 55, 65, and massive 100 inches for your living room or office. We've got the perfect size and quality. For retailing and bulk purchasing, call the numbers on the screen or visit our website at www.francotrading.com. You can download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Television, we've got the perfect size for every room. Franco, home of quality television.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
Hello again. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. Lamtega Panga is here. Larry Dogbe is here. Dr. Zato is also here. Let me go to Larry on this matter of the urban transport crisis and the interventions so far. Is it time to open it up entirely for some, if like, more efficient, effective public-private partnerships?
Well, thank you. This is what I think. But before I get there, I spent about close to 8 years in court. Yeah, with a certain, officer of STC, who, I mean, there's financial mismanagement up and down. But then we reported on it. Then he went to court, with defamation and so on. Long story short, we won the case. But for the amount of money that STC controls, you have no idea. It's a well-resourced institution, making huge sums of money. They could go to Burkina. They could go to Abidjan. They go to Cotonou. And they have facilities owned by the government of Ghana, run by STC. And you know what? Over the time, sometimes certain managements have had to give parts of some of these facilities out to private individuals. Okay? And some of them go behind and make money privately into their pockets. And the allowances they pay themselves out of the profits that STC generates from even the movement of people from here and there. Therefore, we can run this thing very efficiently. The way OA is managing their buses, the way VIP is managing their buses and so on. And many others. And also, cut down on the accidents on our roads. Over time, our focus also have been on road transport. Air, no. I mean, the investment there has been minimal. What's the traffic on the Takoradi, aviation,
the routes?
It's not as strong as we expected. The people who go there are actually the guys into oil and then the miners. Beyond that, no. Okay? And then how about the sea that we have?
Water transport.
Water transport. What can we do on that? Instead of going through instead of Cape Coast, you could you could
go through Tema to Cape Coast.
Exactly.
By sea, right?
By sea. It could. I mean, have we explored that opportunity as well, so that we could reduce traffic on the road and also make our roads last. See the traffic in Kaswa. Okay, the traffic in Kaswa alone is deterring.
So Larry, let me help you make this case. You are right. Right now, I just want you to.
Larry, do you want help?
I don't want help.
Please finish. After you finish, then we'll come to.
Please. You have a media house. You can talk all the time. You have a media house. You can talk all the time. As I'm sitting right here now, OA goes to Tumu. STC doesn't go to Tumu. Metro Mass. I'm from Accra. Metro Mass doesn't go to Tumu from Accra. STC doesn't go to Tumu from Accra. OA goes to Tumu. Why? So please, and I want to make an appeal to the immediate director of Metro Mass, Mr. Cesar Kale. Please, in the name of God, give us one bus from Accra to Tumu, this new bus, give us one, and give us one from Wa to Tumu. Mr. Cesar, I beg you, give us one. He owes us. He owes us. Cesar owes Tumu for that.
Hold on. Are these buses fit for such journeys? Because you see, that is one of the challenges.
Good. I'm pleading that if they are
for
fit,
different.
If they are fit.
But a while ago, Zato himself said, Dr. Zato himself said that it will be proper to let Metro Mass concentrate on the internal
and then
let STC concentrate.
It has not yet happened.
Metro Mass
They put too much pressure on Larry. Let Larry finish.
They've not yet done that. So I'm talking to the MD because he owes us. He owes the people of Tumu 2 new buses. He knows why.
Or the mocha.
All right.
Yes, he does. He does.
You don't.
He does. He knows the people of the-
After the show, you can deal with it.
No, but it's very
But
important.
like,
Focus on
yes.
local transport, you know.
Yeah,
has
the
not-
various modes of
yeah,
transportation.
Exactly.
You didn't
Hasn't
even
been-
talk about rail.
Is it, I'm getting there. And beyond that, is it a tram or something?
Yeah, trams.
Yeah, trams. You go to, you know, places, Europe in particular, and I mean, you see that. And
Larry, but me also wanted to be in SkyTrain. Why wouldn't Zansu talk about that?
Don't talk about it. You see, when I don't talk about something, I don't talk about it. When I talk about something, I talk about it. So I can't win.
You know, others, we talk about how
You set the premise for that, actually.
Exactly.
Where you went about explaining about instant glorification and everything.
You know, so I think that we should also encourage the private sector. This part of town is difficult for people to say that, listen, Tufor has a certain expertise. Tufor, what do you need to encourage you to do more for the benefit of, you know, everybody? So China, for instance, you have a certain expertise. There's always a research, you know, system that has been put in place that supports you all through from production all the way to, you know, delivery.
Yeah.
But either we don't like each other, or we only prefer somebody else to be rich and resourceful, as opposed to, you know, us. So Tufor, you have it, he has it, you know, Dr. Zato also has it, and instead of helping you to deliver so that we all can benefit collectively, no, he can't hold the money while all of us, you know, the rest of us are poor.
Yeah.
And that even if he holds the money, maybe he's coming to bluff us. So at best, we should, you know, his knowledge, he should die with his knowledge. I think we should move beyond that. Let's encourage others to, you know, to deliver more and more for us. I mean, see the amount of water that gushes into the sea, you know, around Ada, for instance. Are we saying that we can't put any boat or something, you know, on that, and then explore the, you know, the water transport that takes all, you know, all that goes all the way, yeah,
to
up there.
Axim, all the way, it goes all the way, and then goes all
to the sea.
up
north, you know.
So it goes back to what you were saying earlier about Ghana being blessed.
Yes,
and yet not taking advantage of the blessings.
Exactly.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's becoming. We've run this space over and over.
Can you imagine a boat on the other?
Yeah, you know,
that was part of the plans that we were told about it in the past, but of course nothing really happened.
You get it. I mean, we keep, it's the same thing that we keep struggling over, and let's pick manifestos upon manifestos.
They're all in there.
Yeah, they are all in there.
And after manifestos, you can deal with budgets, especially this Eastern Corridor. It's featured in every budget since time.
Just like the war to move.
And yet it is.
Yeah, how many of us, you know, this thing about the Iran conflicts or the Middle East conflict, you see what they brought to us, where suddenly those of our compatriots who went to Dubai and all that to have holiday, they were stuck there for God knows how long. Meanwhile, if he had gone to, let's say, Dodi Islands or something, he would have been back home with his kids.
We've done it. A VIP is showing us that they can manage a public transport system efficiently, effectively, and in a financially sound way. They are showing us. OA is telling us that
have you seen this thing?
No, the thing is that we don't get the benefit of looking at the books of some of these private books. Right. So it may not be exactly so, but at least we are seeing that the buses are still on the road. So it provides some. Yeah, so
there are good of that. So we can copy something like that, and that's what I'm saying. If you sit here and you want to go and take SCC to me, you cannot go. You can take OA to 2. Then there must be something that they are doing right, going on the same road that you say you don't want to go to. So let's do that. You were talking about public-private partnership. That is where you can start. That's exactly where you can start. Government can say, look, management of OA or this one, we are going to give you a tax-free holiday to import this number of buses. You will not pay these taxes on it. I said, well, we are going to spread the taxes as a kind of, how do you call it, an incentive to reduce your fares to this throughout the year. And we are going to give you these tax breaks. if you carry this amount of people through in your operations, and these tax breaks will go into what? Lower prices for public. So that we are managing it. So the government completely stays out, uses its regulatory tax and this is policies to say that yes. Then throughout the year, when you declare your taxes, we can say, if you are able to carry them, look, we can find ways to incentivize them. When we do that, we are incentivizing that private sector to create jobs.
See, there have been instances where private people were giving facilities as well, and they came back. They were supposed to pay back that they didn't pay back. They're not honest enough.
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
You get it.
That's what I'm saying. We need to work on it. So remember, I'm not saying give handouts. If you say that if you bring 200 buses and we know how much tax you're supposed to pay, right? Based on that, we are going to give you this reduction in the taxes. That is something that you can do. And they say based on that, let's say the taxes the taxes come up to about 100 million cedis. They'll find a way. I'm not saying it's easy. It's never easy. A businessman has one objective: make profits. Government has to deliver a social good, a public good. It's never, those two things keep clashing. Yeah. But with effective monitoring and regulation, you can deliver it. I'm saying that whatever we can do to make sure that we move our people from one place to another in a fast, safe, secure manner, we should explore all of them. Government should find ways to collaborate with private sectors, with private operators, and so that we can marry the might of the state with the efficiency of the market to deliver for our people.
We shouldn't also discount the fact that, listen, honesty has always been missing in this. It has been a big challenge in this space. Yeah. You get it? And like I'm saying, I mean, what did you remember this claim against the PNDC that traders were flop, price control here, you get those things. It's because there are people who prices come down. Listen, reduce the thing and let everybody be able to calculate people.
Every student of economics or politics know about this principal agency theory. It happens. Principal government agency.
Don't be too academic.
Information asymmetry and all these things, they all happen.
It's pretty easy to sound romantic and bring out fantastic ideas and say, oh, government could do this, could do that. But the reality is that you have to look at the real, the culture.
The facts on the ground.
Exactly, the facts on the ground. And what has been the past experiences. But we can't have a discussion on buses without calling out people who managed our bus system some few years ago and who sold out buses that were bought at high price, mismanaged them, and they were valued at 38,000. And end up selling them for 2,500.
I already talked about that.
You understand? And I think that it is important. We know that there's some investigations go on. I will call on the Minister for Transport. That investigation should be as quickly as possible, and let's get those people involved back. And if there's a way we can even reverse some of those transactions, we should then go back for the bus.
I support you. I support you 100% in that fight.
And refund the monies to them because we can't continuously take government money, go and buy buses, run the bus for a few years and sell them. And you know the bad part, and sell it out at 2,500 cedis. And the next moment, the bus will find itself back on the streets.
And some of these buses, the repair work on it was, I mean, it's next to nothing.
Agreed.
Because, like he said, there's a procurement at the end of the tunnel. That is what the focus is on.
Okay, I agree with you totally. Anybody that did that, anybody that did that, if you surcharge the state, you should be held accountable. They should be investigated, and anybody's found to have broken the law, prosecute the person, jail the person. Absolutely, you find no
I recall in the 90s when we were going to secondary school, you pick omnibus, OSA, and midway, you could have somebody jump on board, and he's demanding your ticket.
STC used to do that a lot.
He's demanding your ticket.
When I was a
for STC, they don't do trotro like that. But the omnibus, OSA
who comes from the north. When you join STC from Accra to Bolga or Tuba, 3 times on the road, somebody will stop and check your tickets and ensure that you don't have any person on board without a ticket.
And by the way, it's not only in Ghana. When I was a student in Ottawa, that's the same thing. They public transport. You can be in the bus before it arrives somewhere, it will stop somewhere, then they come inside. They start asking.
I saw a similar thing in Switzerland.
No. It's in Canada. That's the same thing. It's a similar thing.
Because it is the abuse we have seen in the
So even there,
where you will find that people at management end up giving tickets and seats to their cronies, their friends for free to travel without paying for. Where you find people taking buses for their personal funerals and other personal agenda without paying for them.
So what do
literally
we?
building
So
into the cost.
what we should do, Lamtek, is to wipe off the ticket. The paper one. Yeah, the paper one. Exactly, you go electronic.
You are going back to the tap and go technology that I was talking about that His Excellency.
I think President Mahama also started a similar thing.
As for this attempt at which you want to Alaji look nice this morning.
It don't look nice.
You should be careful. If you start blaming Alaji to the things that happen, don't come to this.
Something good has
on one hand,
happened.
you said that if you give credit, you must take responsibility.
Yes, but you also agree that you must give credit to whom credit is due.
I have no problem, but obviously so.
You just mentioned something that
I recall President Mahama started something that he used.
My brother, you just mentioned that people auction. I support you in that.
Yeah, Dumelo.
You just mentioned something. I support you in the investigation of people who took buses for cheap or who auction buses. I support you in the investigation prosecution of those people I do. So small credit here is what they say.
Anyways, there's a message here that says, Nana Tufo, my name is Reverend Charles Prempe McWales. I'm 71 years of age. When I was growing up, Ghana had the Omnibus Service Authority across all municipalities in Ghana. A very good and effective public transportation system in the country.
The later Tetabus came.
Yes. Our current urban transport crisis makes no sense to me at all. If we are confused, let's go to London and copy what they are doing. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Copy the urban transport system in the city of London. Then again, he says, thanks for sharing my piece. Furthermore, I've lived in New York City for 43 years. Our transportation system: 1, surface buses; 2, subways. That's the underground trains across all the 5 boroughs of the city of New York. Water taxis, trams, scooters, and bicycles. Right. This one says, is Metro Transit not only meant to ease transportation problems in the metropolis? Why is it now competing with the Intercity STC? The name Intercity STC says it's all. That's Wafakoju from Adabraka. All right, keep sending in your messages. There was some matter of, if like, some disturbance at the onion market at Jinkutuku.
Yeah.
And, I mean, people are raising allegations of political interference. Some are connecting it to a previous confrontation between Ghanaian traders and Nigerian traders.
Okay.
And apparently there's a shipment or a consignment that's supposed to come to Ghana, but it's being blocked by the Nigerians in retaliation. I mean, the stories are not adding up. But the fact that armed men were at the onion market, and if you see the videos, armed police were there. I don't know what intel they had or what their marching orders were, but they were there, uniformed armed policemen, and these individuals with arms were firing, giving warning shots, several people injured and all. I don't know how we can deal with this situation, but Council, you go on first, and then we can hear from the rest of them.
Well, yes, I think I also last night to this morning read some reports quite disturbing of some security issues within the onion market, and it's quite worrying because just not far from there too, you have a police station and you have some security facility. Yeah. So I'm wondering how this happened, and we didn't pick the intelligence. Perhaps a thorough investigation will help us to know. Right. But the other surrounding stories, I think, are just ancillary. They are not directly connected to the disturbances itself. I mean, the ancillary issues of some blockage of trucks, I think it's more of an industry play with some of their main stakeholders and supply chain issues. But it's coincidental that it's happening around the same time when this security issues happen. It's some people want to connect it, but I don't think it's directly connected. But we need to be concerned because we are wondering how many people have guns around and how are they able to go on a rampage in an open environment, shooting all over the place. I mean, it gives us some sense that our security, we still need some work to do, and then we need to really look. And I think that my good friend at the Small Arms Commission, who has been doing a good job, I'm sure would look at it carefully. That we need to,
Adam Bona.
Yes, Dr. Bona. We'll look at it again because it appears that we still have a lot of weapons in the hands of people who, if we are not careful and manage them well, could cause some challenges. Because we can't really even tell exactly why they're shooting. They didn't come attacking to take money or collect money from people.
They just wanted the traders out of
They just want the traders. So I don't know exactly whether it is a land dispute or it is a matter of control of the market, and why must they even resort to the use of weapons.
Right.
And not be able to find dialogue or other ways, lawful ways to resolve the matter. It's quite disturbing, and we need to, because you see, anybody could fall victim to this. Anybody. I mean, anybody, yes.
Very well. All right, Doc, your take on this matter.
Thank you. The security perspectives, I wouldn't want to go so much of that because I don't know, and I think that when something like this happens, at least as citizens, we deserve some information. I would have expected that by now there would have been a statement issued to tell us what happened to come on. So I will leave the security situation. But I want to talk about the food insecurity situation, because from the narrative you were giving, some onions are blocked from coming in and all that. Earlier last month, the government statistician said that food insecurity was rising in the country. There were issues of food insecurity, not having access to food. We've seen what happened with tomato farmers and tomato people in the tomato in Burkina Faso. And right now, I heard the president saying that we are going to increase tomato production. So all these things should begin telling us a story. That within these bodies, within our four walls, we have everything it takes to be food secured. The governments have not been able to do that.
Successive governments.
So that's what I said, governments.
The emphasis is on the S.
Yes.
Government.
Yes.
I told you that when it matters, he will generalize.
Now,
so what's your PhD?
Public administration. Governments, successive governments have not been able to manage this very well. We've tried some other issues, but if you look at the current level, we are still on food glut. That's when the government statistics and the reality, it was like day and night. How can you be sitting on food glut whilst food insecurity is rising? It doesn't make sense. But government has a role to play here. I hope that this becomes a lesson we need. We say necessity is the mother of invention.
All invention.
Can we then begin to say that as a country we can rule out a national policy to say that in 2 years' time we'll be tomato self-sufficient? Can we do that? Can we rule a policy that in 2 years' time we'll be onion self-sufficient? Or the things that we can list, the basic foods that we can produce in this country, can we come up with a comprehensive policy, give soft loans to farmers, people, to make sure that we are? In order for that to work, something must happen at the end of the day. What happens in the glut, like right now we are doing? The tomato farmer must know that if he takes his tomato to the bulk market and they don't he brings them back, they don't get rotten.
Okay.
He must know that. The onion farmer must know that.
Have the assurance.
It's that assurance. And all over the world, that is what governments do. Governments give farmers some level of assurance with the post-gate price. After we don't do that. And that's what I'm saying. Right now, where he comes from, you may talk about yam or cassava or maize, millet and all those. All the farmers all over this country, they have that problem. That's the glut. They don't have an assurance of what to do with the excesses. And that, so if this policy that government is coming, they must emphasize that. It could be post-harvest managing. I've been hearing post-harvest losses since forever. We need it. So that is part of the problem. That we are now doing it. This food insecurity or these issues that are happening, they're happening because farmers in this country have become, let me say, I don't say wiser or smarter, but yes, they've come to realize that if we cannot quickly sell whatever we produce, there's no guarantee for that to happen. So all the investment may bend. And since these are perishable goods, we need that. We need a purposive policy from government to say that when it comes to these perishable goods in particular, we are going to come up with this particular policy, and that no farmer shall have his tomato, his onion rot on your farm or rot somewhere. We are going to absorb everything. We need that. If we get that, then we begin to reduce these incidents. Because if there is so much demand in the town, for instance, nobody want to bring onion in, nobody want to bring tomato in, then we can do that. It's part of national security. Because food security is national security.
Very well. Larry, the disturbance at the onion markets.
First of all, it's unfortunate. But, I mean, the certain implications, aside the food security, there's a national security, thing that we should also consider. Now, what's happening to intelligence gathering? You get it? I'm told that, years past, security chiefs, what they do is that they open their doors to almost every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay? the people had access to their phone numbers and so on. They could call them and then tell them that, hey, this thing is happening here, or this thing is about happening here.
Yeah.
So they were in touch with drivers, they were in touch with trade market women, they were in touch with almost everybody. There were days where, you know, just come and talk and go. In between that, they knew who was lying and who was speaking the truth. And then they did follow-ups. Okay, so after you pick up the intelligence, you need, you know, analysts to, you know, to analyze it and see through a trend. But one moment we see people storm Bokum Market, shooting all over the place, killing people. That is not good enough. And what I heard on your one of your networks is somebody saying that, oh, this thing has to do with the Kusasi Mampushi conflict.
Somebody was trying to.
Yeah, somebody was.
Yeah, so we had to stop him.
I think it's difficult to.
No, but somebody said it. I mean, somebody said it. Now,
So
there
to play the
again,
tribal card with this, it's
like Lamsik
absolutely
said,
wrong.
there's so much guns in the system.
Yeah.
Again, I recall that, you know, attempts were made to retrieve some of these guns and
the
so
gun
on.
amnesty.
Exactly. I mean, how far did we go with that?
Well, from the reports,
It means that
was
we still
quite-
have some work to do. Yeah.
And again, this also gave me an idea as to how people could storm some of these markets and then set fires. And then the next moment, I mean, arson all over the place. Something has to be done. The issue about planting or, you know, cultivating our own farms and then feeding ourselves is long overdue. We've discussed that a while ago. And if we, as you know, some people could just decide that, listen, we are blocking, you know, trucks from bringing food.
Yeah.
The other day, they killed our compatriots, 8 of them in Burkina Faso. And then there's a discussion about tomato and whether or not we should get it from Burkina Faso again. I mean, to what extent can God open our eyes? What other call are we expecting from heaven? To say that, guys, I mean, our souls are good enough. See, I mean, how green your compound is. Can you imagine Samens deciding that, listen, we are cultivating tomato or onions all here, and now you will be in charge of that? By Christmas, you know what we will
Why
do.
him? I would like that job too.
No, that's beyond you. You are a PhD holder.
So why are you doing so saucy like that? I mean, why do you like so saucy like that? I mean, it's not a big push project. No, why you're so saucing it? I'm just saying, people should.
If it's a big push, is it a new big push or old big push?
Exactly. Whatever it is, it's pushing.
You are accepted over certain rhythms, sir.
Well, he's from a campus. Look at here.
I'm not surprised.
You know, so for you travel to certain countries and you see how people are taking advantage of electricity or even solar. You get it, developing cottage factories and so on. So I saw a similar thing in Mauritius where they plant sugar cane, and after harvesting, straight up it goes into a factory that has been set up in the farm.
Right.
Okay.
So the processing begins there and then.
Everything before whatever comes out of that, they are producing liquor.
Yeah.
They are producing sugar. They are producing all manner of things just from sugar cane. And guess what? They are using the chaff to generate power for all that. And there's a hotel and restaurants built in the farm. So from the port, you can travel all the way to those places and do that. Recently, I was at Damai, the Damai mine.
Nice, yeah.
So for that place could qualify as a hotel, a first-class hotel. There's a golf course, there's a football pitch. There are, you know, facilities that have been built. You can spend a year there with, you know, needing nothing. You get it. So again, I mean, sometimes God could bless you in a way that you even fail to see it.
Yeah.
You get it. You even fail to see it. It's really, really that bad.
Very well.
The thinking, you know.
Hopefully we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
The resetting must be proper resetting.
Let's pray the tunnel is not too long. I'm saying that hopefully we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, but let's pray the tunnel is not too long.
No, the tunnel keeps, you know.
It keeps extending. Very well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lamtega Panga. Thank you, Larry Dogwe. Thank you, Dr. Zato. It's been a great morning here on the show. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily. I am Nanatufo Boateng. Many thanks for your time. Don't go away. The show continues after this.
a line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man's ring, Nesasu Mama Hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
Wow, this is 1998. I can't believe I'm turning 50. When I look back, all that I can remember is all I've been given: life, friendships, family, and dedicated fans. And I still have a seat in a beautiful industry, enjoying the opportunity I've been given to serve Ghana. I'm made in Ghana. But check this out. Channel 1 TV says they want to celebrate me. They say I'm a good example. Is it true? For my 50th birthday, I'm going to build a pediatric emergency center at Menchia Hospital. That is why all these young and vibrant celebrities are coming out to Plus 233 on the 18th of April to come so that we throw this amazing white party together to raise money for that hospital. Kwame Eugene, Kidi, Kimpaluta, Amrado, Miss V, Sister Fia, a free year, Kwabna, Darlington, Abiana, Akwabwa, Abochi, Brothers, Raskuku, Adina, and another friend of mine, Andy Dusty on the 1 and 2s. He is not young. 9 p.m. till you are tired of listening to great music. I know that Channel 1 wishes that they could bring all of this excitement for free, but because we are trying to build a pediatric emergency center at Menchia, please be happy to pay 1,500 for VVIP and 1,000 cedis for VIP. See you there.
On Footprints this Friday, we sit down with Dr. Nina Kweno, the Ghanaian scientist and engineer widely recognized as the father of the internet in Africa. He takes us through his educational journey and shares how he helped expand and shape the growth of the internet across the continent.
A level, you had physics A, mathematics A,
yes, please.
Applied maths A,
yes,
and then chemistry B.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, really the person who helped a lot was more like Rollins than many people.
Rollins?
Yeah.
With policy direction?
Policy direction, meaning that he said, and Mr. Pepra was the minister then, and he said, this is value-added service.
Yeah.
So while we are going to change the regulation, we can still proceed.
What do you make of generative AI and the way it's invaded every space?
Oh, me, I think it's good and healthy.
It's good.
It's good. It's supposed to be disruptive. The internet was disruptive, but people found their way, isn't it?
That's correct.
So this one too will be disruptive. The things which can best be done by AI will be done by AI. There's another element coming after the AI, which has to do with being able to solve certain kinds of problems much quicker.
Wow.
Than we could solve them today.
So beyond AI, there's quantum.
There's quantum computing and
quantum
communication.
computing is coming. So if you thought that AI was an explosion, wait till you hear about.
In fact, AI needs quantum.
Footprints airs on Fridays at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru-Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru-Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has three legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru-Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And as you already know, Nana Tufo-Boateng started the show with his panelists as they delve into some topics that are shaping the nation when it comes to politics. Well, I'm going to be taking you from now till 11 a.m. Looking at other things. We're going to look at our communities. We're going to look at what's trending and probably some interviews and so on. My name is Chris Carter, and of course, Nana Tufo is joining me again because Philip is on the grounds.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Nana.
It's
It's always
good to be
nice to
here.
have you on Philip's seat.
Yeah, although I can't fill up the seats in all in all aspects of the word, but yeah. You know, Philip is my man, right?
Yeah.
And he's out there somewhere. He's doing some work.
He's
Charlie.
filling up space there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip filling space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't fill the seats.
Exactement. C'est ça, non?
Yes. Where c'est ça, c'est ça.
Voilà, c'est bon.
Ouais, c'est bon.
Voilà.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember that you can, tap into the show or send in your comments via the WhatsApp number on the screen. And also you can send in messages to your loved ones and your friends and your families. It could be birthday messages. It could be messages to let them know that you care for them, and we'll get to read it on the show. If you have questions, if you have contributions, you can do so too. If you're watching us on social media, don't forget to use the hashtag Breakfast Daily on X and on Facebook. But on YouTube Live, you can just leave the comment right there on the comment section and we'll get to read it on the show. So let's get straight into some of our reminders. Obviously, that's how we start the second part of the show. We would like to remind you that the Made in Ghana Rice campaign is still on. And this is one of the campaigns that means so much to each of us as Ghanaians, because we are not just talking about eating nutritiously, but we're also talking about putting money back into the economy or contributing to the line of people who, grow rice and produce rice here in the country. So we want to say, remember, when you are eating any meal that has to do with rice, jollof rice, white rice, or motsuo, and your rice water, remember to use Ghana rice. Just buy Ghana rice. So eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future, from our farms to your plates. And this is in partnership with Agri Impact Limited, MasterCard Foundation, and the 24-Hour Economy. This is brought to you by City 97.3 FM and Channel 1 TV. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Taste the effort and taste Ghana.
All right. Let's also tell you about the seasons of prayer in the month of April. We're praying from the 1st to the 30th on every weekday. We have 3 bands of prayer for you. The Midnight Cry, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. This is your day, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Prayer Encounter, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. It's important that we pray together to seek the face of God, to seek his interventions. Let's pray for the country. Let's pray for our families. Let's pray for our businesses, our jobs, our leaders. Let's just pray for sustenance. Let's pray for protection. We have various topics that we'll be praying about at different times of the day. We entreat you to join us on Facebook Live. It's at City 973. City 973 on Facebook. On X at City 973. But on Instagram is at City 973 FM. Kindly join us. Let us pray together in this month of April under the seasons of prayer. Very interesting prayer topics, very interesting subjects that will be touched on and lifted, of course, to God in prayer and in supplication to ask for his divine intervention in our lives. So join us for seasons of prayer this entire month of April.
Yeah, and after that, on the month of May, that's the 1st of May, we crown it all with the family consecration service. And this is an annual service that we all have together at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel here in Accra. And this year is Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, 6 a.m. to 12 noon. So after all the prayer that we've prayed together during this April, May, we will crown it together as a family. So come together with your family to renew your vows, to renew your love to each other, to renew your support to each other, because a family that prays together stays together. So tell your family members that you have to be there at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel here in Accra, the Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, 6 a.m. to 12 noon.
All right. I'd like to say some thank yous, express appreciation and gratitude to everyone that contributed, that gave, that donated, that made presentations to us here on behalf of the various places that we visited. The Easter Orphan Project has grown beyond just orphanages. So now we're visiting rehab centers and prison camps. Yesterday, we did the Basco School Complex, Trotor near Suhum. We did the Chosen Rehab and Iris Place. And then we spent the day with the inmates and the staff of the Osam Krom Camp Prison. And what a day it was. Absolutely amazing. We actually ate with the inmates, okay? We sat with them. We heard their stories, we shared ours, experiences, and then we made presentations. And you won't believe it, but our viewers and our listeners are fantastic people. Just at Osam Krom, take the actual food, the prepared food that was eaten out, the drinks we had there, the time spent there out. The items presented to them were in the region of about 150,000 cedis. And it's absolutely amazing that Ghanaians can hear us make a passionate appeal, and they always pull up for us, they always show up for us, and we are eternally grateful to you. We don't take your givens, your donations, your kindness, your generosity for granted, not at all, because there's the tendency to think that persons like the inmates of these prisons are, let's just forget about them. They are not wanted in society. But it's not everybody who, is actually a criminal. Some maybe during a particular phase in their lives happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And so have found themselves in such places. But it is some of these generous acts of kindness that remind them that there is still hope, for which reasons they want to better themselves and come out reformed, renewed, and reintegrated into society as better people than they went in. So your generosity and your kindness has gone a long way, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you for being part of the Easter Orphan Project 2026. We're super grateful to you. We'll be rolling out, of course, reports from the other places that we visited. That's the Basco Baptist School Complex near Suhum, Troto near Suhum, and then the Chosen Rehab, and then the Iris Place as well. So just stay with us on Channel 1 Television and, of course, on 97.3 City FM. In our news bulletins, we'll be showing you episodes of the places that we went and how the donations and the time spent there went. So stay with us here. We'll have Newsfeed at 12, and then we'll have the major news bulletin, the Channel 1 Newsroom, at 8 p.m. That's CNR at 8 p.m. So we'll bring you clips of that.
Right. So talking about clips, if you see, if you've seen any of the clips on, especially on our social media pages or our social media handles, I'm sure some of them might be blurry, or some of them might just be their feet, and then you might be wondering, why is it blurry, or why is it their feet? Obviously, this is to protect the inmates, and we don't want to show their faces. True. And but from their feet, from their dancing feet, you can actually tell that they had a good time. So once more, thank you to each and every one of you that contributed to this.
And I can tell you there are artists in there who can compete with your favorite rapper any day.
It was beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see.
Pure talent. Oh, and the dancehall people, I don't know who is teaching them the patois in there, but it's amazing.
I think some of them learned the patois before they went in.
Wow. Then they really honed their talents really well.
I know,
it was amazing. It was such a fun time. Such a fun time at the Osam Krom Camp Prisons. And this morning we want to say good morning to the officer in charge and the 2IC, the second in command. Yeah, they call him One Don.
One Don.
One Don. Yeah.
Oh, is that what the inmates call him?
That's what the inmates call him, and that's what he responds to actually. One Don. Yeah. So good morning to you, and of course your officers, the PRO. Oh, she was a fantastic lady. Wow. Assisted in so many ways. The management. Oh, absolutely beautiful. And then DSP Solomon, also fantastic guy.
So these are the people actually doing the work that we cannot see. And they're behind the scenes. So shout out to each and every one of them. But why is Philip not here today?
Well, Philip is out there because in Awutu Senya East, that's the municipality where Kaswa falls under. The assembly has embarked on a demolition exercise to decongest the area and show a free flow of traffic. And so this exercise started at dawn in the early hours of Tuesday, the 7th of April 2026. We understand that several hundreds of traders have been displaced. Eviction notice was served them. This eviction notice expired somewhere last week. And so the exercise has indeed happened. So let's hear from Philip on what has transpired so far.
Coming to you live from the Kaswa Old Market. At about 1 a.m. early this morning, or at dawn, broke that a section of the old was demolished. This is for a planned redevelopment project that is about to happen here. So let me just explain to you a bit where this particular old is located. So if you get to the Kaswa Market proper, just beneath the flyover is where the old market is. So maybe the cameraman can also show what is happening behind. You can see some young individuals trying to salvage what is left at this particular place. So we understand that before this exercise, the Awutu Senya municipality has actually given some information to the traders that this exercise will happen. Just for you to recall, a few weeks or a month ago, a similar exercise was about happening here, but the assembly had to rescind its decision just to give the traders a bit more time to prepare themselves for the exercise. Let me now engage some of the affected traders of this exercise and find out from them what they make of this exercise, and also, though the information was given to them earlier, whether they were able to make the needed preparation to move to another place. Let me speak to this woman. Kindly join me. Your name, madam?
Akosiati YM.
What were you selling here before the demolition exercise?
Tops and dresses.
Okay. So this exercise happened at what time, and what information were you given as a trader before the demolition exercise?
I mean, I don't even know where to start and where to end because.
Well, they are encouraging her to speak the local dialect, so you would want to go in with a tree.
Okay. So, best start no. Yawa ha aso omu bebu, aso omu nyembu. So na empenimfo ne omu negotiate say omu pese omu how to go about it. By yawa ha na omu de assembly the notice be ebebo boy, which is yentu on the 27th. And
27th of
last month, and almost I can say you hold it on. So because you yes soon a company for her your ministries, and almost promise yes a young abotre amoni omobe kasa into ya watching you say and penny for ne kasa into after bibia no omobe san by a naso no many abekasa say oh and yama ye pese sisi ya conclude and say na ba into yebehu sene a yebeye ba ya wa ha ase beba so ase emba so and so omo bubu ade ne so mpa ya dosu na ya wa ha it is a government na ebe ya we are not against projects na government ebe you know ba e was so omo nti sense se ye bi ngo akwan so say oh enkofo ya wa ha ye dosu nti oh omo ntimi mfi pekope nka say yensesa ye niama kosisi as ye gina he ya stranded o ye ni baby ya de ye niama efa ye niama soso ya se ebie mu de bebre ye sika so nti oh ye nyina na ye ya de ni ye mu na ye nyina ye pe nti wasa mo ne ye tena se eka na essence se ye mu be hu se oh ye ya mamwa enti ya besesam wo ebia mo ntiatia ahanum sei enti ye wi ya de mu be komba as it stands now ye nya hu se baby omode ye fa wo enti ya stranded say ya sa store no mo se omo be ye no ye ya ma hwan mo because ye ni obi anka say oh ye ya omo take names bia o ye take names omo nim ye bi sampeni fane say omo ni omo kan say ye ben ye nya say ye bia nti say omo ye wi omo de be ma ye no so ye question ye bi sa sisa because ye nim so omo wi a omo de be ma ya na omo mfa ma ye
ansa na omo be demolition no 1 a.m. no and ro no omo mbebo mo kokko say hey you buy demolition time we unti mu yi mu nyama
and omo anka time de omo kan ya ne say obi enyi ni niama na sa time na ye yi niama niama ne dosu ye de kwan sisi omo say ye niama bebire o containers e wa ha ne ade omo say ni nyina and as ye problem sisi an say store no omo ka so omo be omo ni obia enka say sisi omo nim ya dodo aye wo ho enti ano den na kire say omo wi a omo de ye dwadefo na wa ha ne de ye beku
as say monko Iron City market no Adamo mbese mko hwana
Iron City omo mo wo hona Iron City yenya ye wa ne ye dosu say ya chitem ba yenya ye wa we are more than 500 o because 800 because pavement no won say na ya sesa pata no row say bia say about 7 o and ya chanin keten I think say 4 feet or 3 feet or something 3 feet into ya tita into row line kitwa be say about nipa be 20 kwa betinya occupy into Iron City no mo kano enipa wo mpo no aye place kitwa bia entimi mfa nipa over be 15 po ewa ha into Iron City na ye ko ne ya kem ye nim Iron City mo say yankwe omo kwotro din omo ankere we say fa wade ebesia and Iron City no mo kan enko 40 hodada o eyankwa 4 places so as a market na ye on and off Inti omo hani kofie. Omo te say ye de Kaswa ba Iron City. Omo nyina di boom obi aba betna ni place. And omo ka say ye beje omo dabre na aduabo be kwaso ni ade. Inti obi aslo ebi womba 11 o. Ebi womba 10 7 and yen youth na yen ye tume bi anya na ye de no hwe yen kaka no. Sisi na ye stranded na ye kwai. Iron City no mo kan kwa forward hodada.
Nti dia mo pa chere say yan ka hwe ankyere mo anaye bom kokko ena okay come what's the problem you
Akosiati.
Okay, so that was Akosiatiwa. She has expressed her views saying that though there is a plan to take them to a new place, that is the Iron City market, the already existing traders there have taken over the place and they wouldn't be able to go to the place again. Already we know that about 800 traders were here and they have been left stranded. But as to whether they were communicated to or not, she said that as of yesterday, they were told to take out or to remove their wares, but they weren't given the specific details that the demolition exercise will happen at 1 a.m. Let me engage another woman here who was a trader before the demolition exercise also happened here. Pacho, if I was saying?
Pacho, me de Belinda Yeboa.
Belinda Yeboa. Nanda na uton ha.
The tonta de.
Ye bubu mo ya demolish mo place mo your business. Then I waka fa ho. Te sia no move akọ.
Okay. The kind no. Me pacho TV stations ni radio stations no. Mo bana mo bi ebe broadcast here. Exact problem na ye face no. Enye no na you send it out there. Mo take mo captions. Nda mo yi bi afirim. Na mo ka de be favor whosoever e be benefit no. The problem we are facing here no. Let's leave politics aside. Though in some way no politics play games wom. But for now, no, yam pesa yabebo party A party B. Knowing very well, sir, some are involved. And to say channel 1 TV, some about Yasremo. Mama man said the TV, City TV, but you stand to be corrected.
Exactly City TV. It's actually City TV that is now Channel 1 TV. But what is really the problem?
The problem is, and I make us say a problem back. What the air can in the moments.
Problem Nankasa day. Matuasie. Into problem no air deng. Yeah, move it to problem.
What problem back on a mobile no. Mo putting it out there say Kaswa petty traders and pet development. That's not the issue.
So what is the issue?
On pet development. Na mi hu ye development ya manipa anameboa. Sabi places aka yen developing ya ho wie ansa na ya ba sabi Kaswa enye Kaswa ahafiti ya na ye Kaswa busy Kaswa eye petty traders at the tonfo ene ma Kaswa eye Kaswa ene ma obi bai etimi di ni sika kase ya be stores first na ha ya ateche nso adwadifo ya gina ha ya sabi ya ho afiefi ya ne yetete sabi ajanan etete ateche eye ma hanom ye ansana aban bam enti ye free baby and ya baby enti indirectly no young petty traders ya the ton for ya na ya build the Kaswa. The question is before young petty traders no ya baby be in existence no there was an agreement between assembly. I'm highly disappointed in the MC. We as petty traders we are highly disappointed in the DC and then the assembly. Before no, there was an agreement. So if there's any demolition, there should be agreement. There's nothing of that sort. Agreement to be any and Tambia to one mobile say you perceive your bubuha and to Monsolena Monco Iron City. Sabi Iron City no space on a take 72 shells. Now Iron City for Nankasa building or more shells Nankasa and so on. Now containing number of over 800 traders. for a city, a iron city. And some mobile number to San and some train, no more city for ba. Most will be on Batimaka some man. Mokwa Montana Mokase, Kaswa Petty Traders, and Pet Development. Sana Mopesa Motre. Kayagum.
In the Siano,
no so. Yatuaba, Sayaba. A honor na politics no before that party be was no. Before a party be was no. Nanya say ni who no. Party be baso na ya yanso ne kodi lie and ya sesemu. Ya sesemu de ya huni. Ya ti a o ka se Kaswa Petty Traders anto amano. Ono de onim say Kaswa Petty Traders MPP for.
Why na kasa?
Oh, omoka and nobody na koyo. Now call you say Kaswa Petty Traders and Tuamano because onu the OG say Kaswa Petty Traders at my house how comes
say now call na ba any one be bonko mo kacha mu say ye shells
ya hu na call you but there's no way say Kaswa Petty Traders over 800 traders no we all MPP na yatuma how comes sampo Yatuma Sempo Yatuma how kumsia MPP before any paya Ghana for and I NDC form to my how I now call you almost a Ghana for 7 years bubuni ambisa NDC for a table no container and Sanaya Sano Yasani Bomu and the cancer problem baby and Sanaya already know the problem in the existence in the Yentimi Sobu
and the problem here then
800 traders here and I was moved to Yako. Iron City space the shells I want I have 72 there is agreement between assembly and the Petty Traders Association we are an organization and to want to be Soliam Pamuya Sayam Cosabuti say, Yaho, you're feeling the jet, and your society and your money about Tana. Say, Yababa, dear. But what you say, and so move to Yaya. Then I said there should be agreement between assembly and Petty Traders. No more pay beer, a bet me a boy. Now also pay development. Space way. At me store. My question is, so much space way indeed, if possible. That's what we me store now. That store where Nipa 800. You must send on whatever my young Petty Traders now. You are building her number. Belinda.
So that is Belinda there. Sharing her sentiment. Mind you, we are bringing you live pictures and also sounds from the Kaswa Old Market, and a section of this market has been demolished. The demolition exercise happened at 1 a.m. and some of the traders we have spoken to, like Belinda, has indicated that there wasn't any sort of consensus, or there wasn't any communication between themselves and the authorities, and that wasn't fair on the part of the authorities. Well, she brought out some political meanings into it, among other things, but then again we will speak to some more traders and find out from them. So you can see what the traders are doing, and let's speak to a lot more of them. Then I walk off
me patch me walk off our say this in any MP no was no or money ending the year and post a mobile bibia maya and Kamuchi and Snassia Namuni and Consus yes Petty Traders way a hana yade mamo and Timon Quatrain was saying Navy Crown Pono bra Ukoshe baby or Modi Maya why city one a ya was sending pie at a young cop and see Anya Bia so Munia Bani Yang and I saw Munia baby I say Mamma be a was an atoма dear and I say Yasuna and Cadeno obey Yang and see Yasra yes I am Oma Bubu by Enkachi and she said Ben no Yama Yang ya wahada dano and she said Ben no Yama Yang as now no yet she found
Hold on, Belinda, you're also sharing something. You are talking about the creation of jobs for the youth.
I'm asking, Ajuma Sano Makreti my youth, no. Kaya mobile Kamuntu Saboniama, and in low now, Margeno, Nanki Musa Maya Bibi Papa Juma Makreti Ajuma be at the end, you know. Niba 800 and over, no. Monqua, Ukwayawe, they are in Abawum, and Sabi and fire Hamu. Near fire ma, yan fire Hamu, and then fire Ediana, or Mobile and Kakaswa, ya sister miniskirt, and a Sabi, Yamba, Dasunia Janaha, from one back as on Pabra, or Mobile Riadia, Yasra dear, Sabi Nija for Kratikroma, or Munya Speci, or Munato from Esradia di. How many jobs this year? 11
o'clock and I beto sable. Young coffee. It is a kaya papa Sunamudi idea way 11 o'clock and I'm about to yes idea way. At the Bonnie Bene Yaya Mudai Wakaswa. It's the time I started yeno. Mobile Ebe who is any Hassisi and Kobian to the Nancy Handa. Matsna almost 22 years.
What one they were 22 years?
22 years in here. Ade.
Ana what one now?
Me pacha beginning na me ton provisions. And nyame adom they say me ton school bag and traveling bag. Ade na mo yesa. Ade na mo yesa. Ade. Me so me a single parent so. Me a single parent. Baby I me my work. Say see me catch me ba say na so me minim ne be so me ba no school mu wo. Oba be chiro.
Say no Iron City no. Mo free ha mo kwai. Na me say say.
I be they say the year petition today ye ni baby aye ko. Omo petition today dey ye ni baby aye ko but zombie wo mo a omo de omo adi atum. So mo be ko eye concern for no so anya mo dodo na ni ye petition traders for no me ba so what ase ye fra me my don't mind Ghana
so that is Don't Mind Ghana also speaking extensively there, and she says that she has sold here for over 20 years, and the fact that she would have to move now is going to be a challenge to her and also to the dependents, the people who depend on her, because she is a single mother. Let me speak to this gentleman who is also a trader here and before the demolition exercise. Opening, what did he saying?
Pastor made Confante, and a woman named Obiani Wakaswa, Memeton jeans, Wakaswa,
boy, come on.
And come out when he said, Sabin Piedasa, Abambia Baswa, or ye, Abambia Baswa, or Yamputu Juma Okulum. No woman say, ya, MC. Any MP omwasu sisiano entwa ye bako me pesa meka me position achelo nanso me bo me din obi onim bia onim se Confante na me ka sei wani yandi ni ye kura me pato ahaya ewutu se ya bi ahaya ewutu se ya na ba bia wo se yankwa na ye den eye Gan West na wodi ye ko ehwo no yentu kaswafo nyina o eyeyam ye hekekre na yetu yen enti fane se me gisna meto no ebi wa other road ebi wo soro ha ebi won say why no obefo car aba yen suti enti ye ni wo mo poka sen ka tris nkomo mpa baabi wo ewremu ha emai because ye na support o say ndra guard for no buy obi an wo ye gidigidi adwo mo dwen no sabi ambem obi an wo ye gidigidi ya na ya fire niema yempo ya samboan because na che say ye pe mputunjuma no nanso bi te say baabi ade akọ no enye bako awon moaye me pesa make position enti make
so I'll get back to you people, the traders. I'll speak to you, but let me speak to the head of tax force shortly and find out from him how the exercise went and what really the decision was to actually come here and demolish the place, and also find out from him what the plan is going forward. So please, if you can come down a bit for us so that we can have a conversation. Sir, please, your name?
My name is Nanades.
And you are?
The Municipal Task Force Commander.
Tell us about this particular project. Coming here, at what particular time did you come here to embark on this exercise? And before that, what really was the plan like?
Well, actually, we decided to clear this place and then put on a nice story building stores and then open shop for them. So that's our aim. Yeah.
But was there enough communication between your outfit and also?
We have engaged them more than even almost more than 10 times. Our 6 persons, we have engaged them. And in fact, there's nothing we can do. You see, we have to just not that we are taking them here at once. We have given them a place at Iron City. From there, we decided that place is a Templar place for them. When you finish everything, we ask them what they want. They say they want to come back. That's what we have agreed. So I don't know the reason why they are talking about politics, Sawa, and then Nakoyo. In fact, I don't want to decide. I don't want to talk. I don't want to comment. So thank you very much.
But what they are also saying is that with the Iron City you are taking them to, there are traders there already, and the place is already occupied.
Let me tell you, you can't even go there right now. You can't even go there. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. So they can't tell us there's some of the people are there and then we are sending them. We are sending them for a temporary place. After that, we'll come back to Kaswa. So that's it.
But yesterday, prior to the demolition exercise, were they told yesterday that they should take out their work?
We started this thing. We give them out to 27th March. And so we extended it to yesterday. So that's it. Even yesterday morning, I have to go around and just announce to them that we are coming. So they should pack their things. They didn't even mind. After that, the caterpillar came. That was where they make an effort to move to that. They move their things. So that's it.
I want to confirm from you, the task force head. Do you have some of the shops having their products in there that?
Nothing. There's nothing there. If you even give them time, we give them time. We give about 3 hours to pack their things there before we started. That's it.
So with this redevelopment projects that will be happening here, one may ask, when is it starting? And what will be the plan for the traders when it's completed?
Assembly planner is here, so he can answer all these questions.
Your name again, sir?
My name is Nana Adesu.
Nana Adesu.
The Municipal Task Force Commander.
Okay, so, and that is Nana Adesu, the Municipal Task Force Commander, actually speaking to you. So, officer, you cannot join, actually telling us what really the plan is, and they having an extensive communication with the traders before the exercise took place here. But fortunately, we have the planner, the Municipal Planning Officer.
Physical Planning Officer.
Okay, and your name, sir?
My name is Stephen Kakraba.
Okay, tell us the project you want to embark on here.
Yes, I think since 2019, the Assembly decided to develop this place into a market stores instead of the sheds. So we started looking for investors that can partner with the Assembly to construct a permanent stores here. So we started the engagement until last year when we got enough funds and then a lot of contractors coming in, and then we decided to come and start the redevelopment project. And prior to that, we started engaging the affected people, and we have done enough. You know, as I keep on saying, even if you rent a house and you are living in the house, and the landowner want to take his land or his house to do a project, definitely you complain. But you, the occupant, must be aware that since the land does not belong to you, definitely the land will be taken away in future. So what is your plan B when the land is taken from you? So we have done series of engagement, and we know that every location, people definitely protest. And we know we have done the best of engagement. Yeah.
So the redevelopment projects that you want to do here, what is the scope of the project?
No, that is where you see we have started from the gate to the electricity up to this end. That's where we want to start the phase 1. So after successful completion, we'll look at other areas because we want to develop the entire CBD to become a modern market. Because when you are coming from Accra and Cape Coast, this is the eye of the town. and we cannot allow sheds to occupy this place, which is creating a lot of refuse, as you can see here. And we want to avoid that because the assembly is spending all the revenue that we get to control refuse here. And we can continue to do that as an assembly because we have other developmental projects that the assembly want to engage in. So we can't spend all the money we generate on refuse. And you know, Kasoa has grown past sheds. This place has gone developed from a district to a municipal, and eventually this place will become a metro. So we have to develop the city to befit the metro status that will be accorded Kasoa. So that's exactly what we are doing.
When is this project starting?
Oh, as we can see, once that we've started the demolition, from tomorrow the hoarding and tin will start. So the project has already begun. So I can't say when is it started. It has started today, and it's going to start today, and we'll finish in the next 6, maximum 8 months. We should be done.
We should be done with the project within the next 8 months.
Maximum 8 months, we should be done with the project because our contractors will be working day and night.
And that will be the first phase, or what?
That will be the first phase, and it is a 2-story. So when we are done, then we look at other areas. So that because we want to do the project so that everybody that has been affected here will get a place to settle.
But again, the question is, where are these traders moving to? They are saying that the Iron City market you are taking them to is already taken by some traders. And 2, the place is not big enough. 3, when you are done with this particular project, how are you going to bring the traders back here and maybe allocate the various shops to them?
First of all, I must state that the Iron City that they are complaining that the place is small, the place is not small. Because looking at the people we have displaced over here and the size of the market we have in Iron City, it can contain even over 1,000 people. So their concern is just to distract the project, and we are not going to listen to that. And secondly, we have written the names of the people who were occupying here through their leaders. So we have the list. So when the shops are complete, we are going to start sharing the stores based on the number of people that were here before. If anybody will come from outside, will get an opportunity to occupy one, we'll do that. But besides, we are only considering the residents that have been affected by the project, and we are going to do exactly that.
Okay. Final question from me. How much do each trader pay here with the old one, with the old store he or she was occupying?
This one is not a store. What they were occupying here were sheds, and they were. In fact, I don't have the figure that they were paid because they were paying the money to a subcontractor, of which I'm not privy to the amount they paid to him. So he will be able to respond to the amount they were paying to him. Yes.
So by today, the whole place will be cleared?
Yes, today, that's why we are here. Everything will be cleared by evening. As you can see, people are even digging. Our contractors are digging. Yeah. So as they are clearing, the hoarding will begin.
So the digging they are doing is if a demarcation or what, to start foundation?
No, we want to do barricade first to prevent the people. Then we start the hoarding. So the hoarding will begin today until we hoard the entire area for the project to commence.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So by close of today, the entire place will be cordoned off and the project is going to start?
Yes, by close of today, even if we are not able to finish today, by today, tomorrow, we are hoping that every place will be cleared and then the hoarding will also take place.
I also want to ask, is there going to be a plan for the task force to be here to also man the place as the cordon off has already been done? And secondly, for people not to violate the laws or move into the places to sell?
In fact, the task force have already begun their job. You can see them around. And they are going to monitor this place 24 hours until we complete the project. Nobody is going to go back to the place that we have cleared, that he or she is going to sell there. That one is not going to happen. Once we have cleared the place, we are going to do the hoarding for the project to begin, and nothing is going to stop that.
Wow. So what will be your word to the traders? One, should they move to the Iron City market, or where should they go and sell?
I will tell them that we are all Ghanaians. The assembly will not displace anybody for displacing sake. We are doing that to redevelop Kasoa. So we are begging them to move to the Iron City where we already have market for them. I think some of them have already moved there. So the recalcitrant one might also make up their mind and go to the place. And it will be safer for them and to be safer for the community. So,
thank you so much, sir. Your name again?
My name is Stephen Kakraba.
Stephen Kakraba, and you are?
The Fiscal Planning Officer for the Assembly.
So that is Stephen Kakraba, the Fiscal Planning Officer for the Ewutu Senya East Municipal Assembly, and he has spoken extensively. Mind you, we are bringing you live pictures and sounds from the Kasoa Old Market, where a section of the market has been demolished for a redevelopment project to go on. We'll be engaging some of the traders as well, though we have spoken to some of them. Stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV as we try to engage more of the traders here.
All right, so there you have it, and that's a report from what's happening around the Kasoa area with the whole demolition, and we've heard from the traders and we've also heard from the authorities. But Philip is still on the line, and we will connect with him and he will still share what is going on there. Hi, Philip. Hi, Philip.
I can hear you.
All right, Philip, you're on air now.
Come again?
I said you're on air now, so please can you tell us what the feeling is like right now? We just watched your report.
Yeah, so Chris, what you have seen in the report is actually what is happening here. So the update now is that the place is being cordoned off, as you can see in your shots here. Not long ago, the municipal task force started mounting woods so that they can have the iron sheets on, so that they can cordon off the place, so that they wouldn't have traders moving back to this particular space. Mind you, the project, according to the feasibility officer at the municipality, he says that the exercise has started. That is, the redevelopment project has started, and it's going to take some 6 months for it to be completed. If the cameraman can also show what is happening there, you would see that some of the traders are actually trying to take a few of the things they can take from whatever has been demolished here. Some of them are taking out woods, others are also taking out their outfit, let me say things they were selling, that is clothes among other things. You can also see some of the so-called scrap dealers who have also come around to also take the aluminium sheets and other things that they can also pick from this place. So the whole issue is that the demolition exercise has taken place, and the assembly is ensuring that the traders wouldn't come back again. I'll take you through and give you a little details of how the place looks like. So we would move to where the P-tier wheel loader is, and the P-tier wheel loader is actually what was used for the exercise. Some of the traders have also moved to the other side of the street, actually trying to find places for themselves. But the Iron City market that they are supposed to also move to, they have also express their displeasure about the place. We will move there and also bring you updates of that in our subsequent bulletin. So what you can see on your screens now is the space that few hours ago was fully occupied by traders, and they were actually doing the trade here. So on my left side is the bus terminal at Kasoa here, that if you are moving to Swedro, Winneba, Ayamfuri, Oda, Akroso, Achim, Obuase, and all places, you come here to get your vehicle. So the new project is actually just in front of the bus terminal here at Kasoa. So the new project that is going to be embarked on here, according to the Assembly, is a way to develop the Kasoa township, because they've been battling for a very long time, one, filth and how congested the place is. So this exercise actually forms part of the broader measure to decongest the area and also to make the place a beautiful place to be, because this is the central business district of Kasoa. So we are walking through to give you a better picture of how the place looks like. So like I also said earlier, they are trying to mount woods and getting the roofing sheets on so that they can cordon off the place. At the end of the day, the objective is to make the place a beautiful place so that at least people can also easily move here. The shops that were here, some were on the pavement, according to the Assembly. So they had no option than to get them off the pavement. The Assembly claims that communication was given out to the traders a very long time, which elapsed on the 27th of March 2026. Meanwhile, the traders are also saying that, well, you did communicate to us, but we weren't given information yesterday that the exercise will happen this early morning or at dawn. And that has been the sort of the contention here. The traders on the other side and the Assembly also on the other side. But all officials of the Assembly, they have moved away from this particular place. When the exercise was happening, the security forces were here. Security here was very, very, very intense. The fire officers were here. We had prison officers here. We had police officers here, some which I'm sure you can see still around. We had some immigration officers here so that there wouldn't be any chaos here. And as of the time we came here this morning, of course, the security officers were here in their number. So we are trying to give you a better picture of how the place looks like, how big the place is, from what you're seeing on your screens. But this is just a section of the Kasoa Old Market. Earlier on, I stated that the Kasoa Old Market, the demolition exercise was supposed to have been done long ago, but there was this human face that, according to the Assembly, had to bring in so that the traders will move. So this is a section of the Kasoa Old Market so that the place would actually be beautified and the project will go on. So in the next 6 to 8 months, we will definitely be bringing you updates of what will be happening here on the stretch. Whether the store building or the stores that will be put up here will truly be constructed or not. So there you can also see another PTL whole loader demolishing the structures here with the NADMO officials here trying to monitor how the exercise is going. Let me speak to this man. I understand you are the commander for the NADMO. That is the commander there. Okay. We'll speak to the commander. So there you can see the exercise that is happening. So we'll move straight to the commander as well and speak to the NADMO commander and find out from him what he makes of the exercise that is happening here and how the monitoring of the places. Of course, this place is a very densely populated area, so you should expect that you would have bystanders being around, looking at or watching what exactly is happening and monitoring the exercise. So that is the PTL roll loader actually doing its work there, trying to clear the place. Honorable, let's speak to you briefly. 1 minute. You are the commander here. Yes. Your name?
Nash Adams.
Okay, and you are
Municipal NADMO Director.
Good. How is the exercise going? What are you doing here as of now?
In fact, we are now gathering the debris to the dumping site. In fact, it was successful. We have tried our best to engage the people. Whatever we are doing here is not a news. So whoever says this is the first time and I am boy and Kai here, we are not aware of it, is a lie. They all know. And that we came into consensus. Now everything is in place, everything is in order, no casualties. We have successfully succeed what we want. And whatever development we are doing here or is coming to happen here is for the same people. So we should all come together and support the good works for Kasua, that's all.
So are you saying that by close of day you clear all the debris?
We are clearing everything and we will call. The contractor is starting the work any moment today.
What happens to this billboard?
The billboard, yes, we are to write letters to the company. So they will come and dismantle it themselves. Yeah, we will do that here.
And how is it going to be like? Now you're cordon off the place. I'm sure you would have your men here to be monitoring things. Did you have some of the traders complaining that, well, some of their things were in their shops before the demolition exercise happened?
In fact, it's a lie. We informed them before starting. And also, there are some who have traveled, but we were able to, at least, they have their relatives around. Whatever, we have not damaged anything. Whatever we see, we keep it safe. The only thing I can tell you is this table, but no any items. No. So far, so good. You know, in whatever you do, you have opposition. So I believe it's normal, but we will also make sure whatever we are doing, it will go back to them again. Yes.
And now that you are watching for this place to be cleared, I'm sure they're also supposed to go to the new market. What will be your message to the traders to go to the Iron City market?
Yes, it's a temporary thing. They should just understand whatever involves, they have leaders. And I believe the assembly will cope with the leaders, and then whatever that belongs to them will come back to them. So they should just be patient that we are not building the stores for any other person, but for them. So they should understand and abide by the rules and regulations. So we all have our peace. That's all.
Your name again?
Nash Nyande Adams.
Nash. Okay, so
NADMO Director.
So that is a municipal NADMO director for the Ewutu Senya East, Nash, and he has spoken extensively as to the plan here. They are trying to clear the entire place so that the exercise can start. And he also said that the traders were actually communicated to. So whatever is happening here, they are in the known, and they are also ensuring that no individual comes to this place to disrupt their work. So you can see the P-tier wheel loader behind me trying to clear the place. I asked him about this billboard because it's actually in the way of the projects that will be constructed. But he mentioned that the owners of this billboard, that is a company, will actually be contacted so that they will come and pull down this billboard. So just to give you a bit of a wrap up of what has happened here this morning is that the section of the Kaswa Old Market has been demolished, and about 800 traders have been affected. Aside that, there are other traders too who ideally were standing here to also ply their trade. They've also been displaced, but they've been given a new place to move to. That is the Kaswa Iron City Market that has been in existence for some time. We would go to that place as well and check what is really happening there. Some of the traders have expressed their views that that particular market is already full. As to whether it is or not, we are yet to find out. But what you can see in your shot is the demolition exercise that took place here at about 1 a.m. this dawn, Tuesday dawn, and just to pave way for a redevelopment project to happen here at the Kaswa New Market. The plan of the assembly is to, one, decongest the area and also to make the place very beautiful for the traders to actually come back and ply their trade. We have spoken to most of the traders extensively as to whether they will move to the place or not, but they have also shared their views whether they will go or they will not go. So Chris, that is the update here from the Kasoa Old Market here in the central region. That is in the Ewutu Senya East municipality, where about 800 traders have been displaced, and several of them have been asked to move out of this place. Well, according to the assembly, communication was sent across for them to hear to it. According to the traders, they needed a lot more time for this particular exercise to happen, but the long and short of the entire issue is the assembly says that we want to develop the place. We are going to construct shops here, and we are going to do it in such a way that it's going to beautify the entire place. And when we are done, we will bring some of the tenants back here to the Kasoa Old Market. So Chris, that is the update I'm bringing to you here from the Kasoa Old Market.
All right, thank you so much, Philip. Thank you so much for the updates, and we'll be looking out for more updates if there are any. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Philip, and it's all about the Kasoa Old Market demolition and everything around it. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues.
My name is Edina Tendi, and since I started my journey in this industry, Ochame Kwame has been, he's been family pretty much. So I met him, or I had the privilege of meeting him very early in my career, and that also meant that we did a lot of shows together. And then when we shot the video for Love Lockdown, we had to go to an island in the Volta region. And it was very interesting because the entire shooting process it felt like shooting a movie. I've had a lot of memories. I feel like if I start saying it won't be now. But and all in all, he's been very supportive. He's been in my corner. He's been like a big brother. And I just want to wish him the very best. And I will be performing live with OK on the 18th of April at Class 223. And it's gonna be a night of 50 songs and love. Come through. Mwah!
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not to chinampe, no, we'll complain there in the sense, why do you share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or haunting, no complaints, now be bring to the fair and
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on Channel 1 Television. So don't get told, don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on Channel 1 TV.
Beyond Borders airs every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV and is brought to you by Copen Hospitality.
No, we're not making banku. We're not making kokunte. We're just stripping it all the way down to one of my favorite things, a sweet dessert. She is a very distinguished human being. a woman being. Please round of applause for Abba as she comes in.
Thank you, thank
you.
You know, the flour is white, the salt and the sugar and so on and so forth. And the white and the milk will talk about just the purity of our hearts.
And we're making what kind of cake?
We're gonna make a vanilla cake.
So there's a measuring cup, or you can use any cup of yours in the house to measure. So the same cup of margarine goes the same cup of flour. And then goes the same cup of sugar.
All the time.
But then if it's you, we can use the same cup of sugar. But any other person, kindly use half because it becomes sugary.
So it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
Like it or not,
I always
it's Hollywood.
wanted to go to Hollywood. You always hear this is where the movies are being made.
There's vanilla ice.
Baileys, wish us happy birthday.
Ice baby. Oh, happy birthday!
Ice baby.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix. Over Kakra, Nayibibre. We continue our conversation this week on Lifeline with Bishop Fred Krachimensa and his guest for an insightful conversation on mindset.
What do you think will happen when your spirit decides to work with your mind? This is Lifeline, where psychology and theology meet to help you understand your struggles and to overcome them with wisdom and faith.
To challenge our mindset. Now, what did Joshua and Caleb do? The Bible says they stealed, because the report that they brought caused commotion in the camp, to the extent that they came telling Moses, take us back. We do not want to go into this land. And then Caleb and Joshua steal them and say, be quiet, our God is able.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And right now it's time for us to get into a conversation. And this conversation is around education. So if you're thinking of, education, or you love education, or you're in the academia space, this conversation will definitely interest you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. We are going to be talking about the University of Education Winneba Public Lecture Series that is coming up on the 10th of April 2026 from 10 a.m. And in studio with us, we have Dr. Bismarck Odumsaki, who's a lecturer and chairperson of Publicity Committee, and Dr. Elizabeth Owusu Esiama, lecturer and member, Fundraising and Sponsorship Committee. You are all welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
We are fine.
I like your t-shirt.
Great. Should we get you one?
Yes.
Will you wear it?
Yes, I would wear it, definitely. Okay. So you're talking about the Public Lecture Series. All right, let's get straight into it. What is the Public Lecture Series all about?
Okay, thank you for hosting us. So, University of Education Winneba, as our name communicates, is a university mandated to train competent teachers for all levels of our educational system, and also disseminate knowledge and create a platform for intellectual exchange and policy development. So the UEW Public Lecture Series is in line with our mandate to create that platform where policymakers, academics, students, lecturers will come together to dialogue on issues of our educational system. And clearly, if you look at what we are going through now globally and as a nation, we need to pause and reflect on our educational system and look at how we can reposition it to help us confront the challenges that we are currently confronting locally and internationally.
All right. So is this the first time the series is coming up?
No, UW Public Series. This is an annual series. We've been doing it, but I must say it wasn't an annual series. We started the annual series last year. So with it last year and this year we're doing it, it's going to be an annual series. So yes, like I said, it's a platform to dialogue on our educational system, bring all the stakeholders together to dialogue on our educational system. And of course, like our name says, University of Education, Winneba, we are well positioned to create that platform for that discourse.
All right, so Dr. Asiamah, what are some of the lapses that you see in the educational system that decided to bring you people together to say, you know what, we need to do this, focusing on the educational system?
Okay, so when you look at our educational system now, you can see that even though a lot is going on, there are things that need to be done geared towards a goal. Any person that does anything without a mission ends up in a ditch. And one of the things that we seek out to do is to fulfill these sustainable development goals. And we believe that through such events, public lecture series where we bring in the stakeholders, those in academia, those in education, those in industry, and then even those in policy making, we are able to train our learners not only to be able to chew, pour, and then forget, but to also cultivate the values, the norms that will help them to be able to address certain challenges that exist both nationally and then globally. So we are seeking out to fulfill some of these sustainable development goals.
All right, so you're saying some of the sustainable development goals, not all of them, or not just education, which is number 4.
Exactly.
So we're looking at the 17 or some of them?
We are looking at everything. I must say.
Yeah, so that's the 17. Yeah, the 17 of them.
Yeah, so you see, our educational system is supposed to help us to solve the problems that we have confronted with as humans. Clearly, there is that discourse or that conversation now that we produce graduates who don't have the requisite knowledge, skills, talent to fill the various sectors of the workplace.
Of industries,
Yes. So now it has become important for us to really look at the way we train our graduates. We have to train graduates who have the requisite skills, knowledge, and talent to be able to confront the challenges that we have. And education, as we talk about, it starts from the classroom. As a university, we produce teachers for those classrooms. So if we have to have that conversation, it should start from us. It should be part of our mandate to have that conversation. That's why we have created this public lecture. That, you know, if we are talking about problems in the educational system, it starts from the teacher. You are who the shadow of your teacher is seen in you. So definitely, the person who trains you will definitely leave something in you. So let's look at it from our side. We are mandated to train teachers. How do we train them to be able to also train the people who go in to fill the various the spaces, the various industries, to help solve all the challenges that we have now. So this year, the theme is Empowering Minds. We're thinking education for sustainable development. So we are empowering minds. The thousands of students, the thousands of graduates who pass through our hands, how do we empower them, make them willing and able to understand the challenges that we have now, and to be able to look at it in a more innovative and creative way. So that's what we are looking at. So that they come out not waiting for basically someone to employ them, but looking at every problem as an opportunity that can be looked at to bring about development.
All right. So talking about every problem as an opportunity, the world has changed so much when it comes to, you know, the advance of technology, social media, right? So how does it come together to creating a very good pathway when it comes to education?
So that's why you can see that from our discussion, we've earlier indicated that we are not doing this alone. We are trying to bring people in the industry, people in policy making. We believe that it is not something that we can do alone. We need to get the knowledge from those on the field. We need to get knowledge from those formulating the policies. We believe that issues also, the emergence of AI, social media, they've come to change a lot of things. And for us to better understand, not just to push them away, but see a very responsible way of putting them together in our kind of education, then there is the need for such conversations to come on. And that is why we believe that this particular one is not going to solve all the problems.
But where's the start?
Exactly. So we started last year and we are continuing this year. This is going to be an annual something. And in each year, we are going to address a specific issue. And we believe that gradually, UEW is going to contribute its quota in ensuring that that national development, which is not just a one-time development, is going to be more sustainable. One that can be passed on from generation to generation. Our students will not just go out there and find themselves wanting, but they will have the requisite knowledge, well prepared to meet whatever that they face outside in the field.
Yeah.
So you want to add something?
Yeah, and also contribute to policy development. You know, all these changes should have implication on our policies. So how do we look at the current trends and have a look at our policy, and if there is the need to amend them, it should start from such dialogues. So that's why we are creating these dialogues, to talk about issues that are happening now, and then the need for us to really look at our policies, and if there is a need to change it, then we do that accordingly.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so now, who are some of the speakers that that are going to be coming to this public dialogue?
So this year we are bringing the renowned lawyer, diplomat, and academic, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers. So we know him. He's a notable person. He was once the Deputy Minister for Education, I think around 1997 to 2000. And he has played his role. He understands, and because of the exposure and the experience he has, he understands what the theme for this year's discussion. And we hope that his contribution will be enormous in this public lecture. We also have the chairperson, Ms. Patricia Obonai, the CEO of Telcel Ghana, a woman of enormous experience, very articulate, very experienced in the industry. So if you look at the speaker and the chairperson, we are trying to balance it. Aside the intellectual balance and the experience balance, we're also creating gender balance. Yes, so that's what we look forward to have. And we also have the guest speaker who is going to be the Minister of Education. And also our Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Joseph Mutual, is also going to be there. So it's going to be...
So it's this Friday?
Yes, this Friday. Insightful, educated.
Where? The Jofus Anamwa Mensa Conference Center is at the North Campus of the University of Education, Winneba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it open to the public?
Yes.
Open to everyone. And that's why we are here. If you can make it to the University of Education on Friday, make it a point to be there, because you are going to get educated, informed, and empowered at the end of the day.
Okay. Educated, informed, and empowered.
Yes.
All right. So can students even come?
Yes, students can come, you can come, the cameraman can come, the producers can come. We can arrange for a car for you. Right after you finish your show, then we will bring you all the way to Winneba. So it's open to the public. We look forward to seeing policymakers, development partners, our students will be there, lecturers, and everyone. Any person who is interested in education should come to the University of Education Winneba on Friday, 10th of April at the Jofus Anamwa Mensa Conference Center. And it's going to be insightful.
All right. Thank you so much. It was really nice having this conversation with you, Dr. Bismarck Odumsaki, who's a lecturer and a chairperson, Publicity Committee of the Publicity Committee, and Dr. Elizabeth Owusu Isiama, lecturer and member of the Fundraising and Sponsorship Committee, and it's all about the University of Education Winneba public lecture series that is going to be happening this Friday at 10 a.m. at the University of Winneba. You definitely do not want to miss this. I would really love to hear the outcome of this, because I think it's important that as the world evolves, as technology comes into play, we need to find ways to make education better. And yes, the sustainable development goals are very important. We're almost at 2030. That's when we are supposed to at least achieve most of them, right?
Yeah. And that's the essence of it.
Yeah, and it's how many years more? 4 years more to 2030.
4 years more.
4 years.
Wow, I wonder where we are
in
Ghana.
Just still lagging.
It's very important that we pause and relook at it. Yeah, we have to really look at it. So, and the role of education in achieving all the sustainable goals can never be underestimated. We need to really look at it.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you just opened my eyes to, realizing that, education actually plays a major role to actually, achieving the rest of the 16, although education is one, quality education is one, it plays a major role to achieving all the
And I like that
regs.
what you said, that you look forward to the outcome. And that's what we are really keen on. It's not just about the rhetoric, the talk, the lecture. It doesn't end with the lecture. It's about the policy outcomes, the policy ask, the briefs that will come out from the discussions, the dialogue that will happen there, so that the outcome of those discussions can inform policy and can help change the way we look at education. So that's basically what we seek to do.
Last year was insightful,
Yeah.
and this year will be better than that.
All right. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation, and you have a good day.
Same here.
Once more, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, so that's it. Now it's time for us to check out Little EPT Entertainment, some music by Haye.
Siempre que te pregunto que cuándo, cómo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes, quizás, quizás, quizás.
Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás.
Estás perdiendo tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás. Siempre te pregunto que cuándo, cómo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes, quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Estás perdiendo tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás.
Quizás, quizás, quizás.
Quizás, quizás, quizás. watching you. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Come on. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Standing across the room, I saw you smile. Said I wanna talk to you for a little while. But before I make my move, my emotions start running wild. My tongue gets tied, and that's no lie. I'm looking in your eyes. I'm looking in your big brown eyes. Oh girl, and I got this to say to you. Hey, girl, I wanna make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. Girl, I wanna make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. La 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 long, la 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 long, 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 long. Come on. La 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 long, la 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 long, 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 long. Hey, so I said to myself, if she loves me or not. But the dread don't know that love is his to get. Hey, with a little bit of this, with a little bit of that, my lyrics goes on the attack. My tongue gets tied, and that's no lie. I'm looking in your eyes. I'm looking in your big brown eyes. Oh girl, and I got this to say to you. Hey, girl, I wanna make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. Girl, I wanna make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. One more time. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Sing it. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. One more time. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Push it some more. Yeah. So this one we're about to do is called Sacrifice. Featuring the man himself, IC, and one of the most talented guys called Esiama. The song is out now today on all streaming platforms. And it goes like this. Yeah. And I did my life. Okay. Sacrifice. Say I did my life. All right. Sacrifice. And I did live my life. Sacrifice. Woo. Yeah. Listen, see. If I turn from fool, no be say belly full, I just wear my shoe. Step on the street, talk and do like a showman do. We did life on set, I be thumb when I cruise. Starboard mode, stretch and pose. Go Fiji, I'm a Maluma with the pop one as stacks and mula. Fly man Dubai, back and go like a flow my lava. Whoa, next year na strategy. It no be 9 to 5, go be my salary. When I go high to the level where them know they see. Push and push the way no get labor. Next year na strategy. It no be 9 to 5, go be my salary. I wanna go high to the level where them know they see. Push and push the way no get labor. Hey, broski. If you know the fire, we just the move. See, get out the way. Matua swording, they live my life. Okay, and I the sacrifice. See how they live my life. Alright, and I the sacrifice. Sit down, broski. Hey, if you know the fire, we just the move. See, get out the way. Matua swording, they live my life. Okay, and I the sacrifice. Say I did my life. Okay, and I the sacrifice. Shout outs to Esiama and IC, who gave this verse free of charge. No payments, no nothing. Shout outs to you, big bro. And it goes like this. Yeah. Man, I've been thinking about that and then gonna be how I'm living on my purpose, living in and now. I've been getting perspective from experiences. Still a big game as I prep my lenses. Hey, no time for fools, there's no time. Gotta steady on the move my whole life. Hey, won him, champion, no easy. Many called, few are chosen and no beginners. Only the strong survivor. Shout out my 9 to 5 as we sacrifice lifestyle and friendship. Great gaze of the president, nonetheless. Let's see, I got a G. You know, be 9 to 5, go be my salary. When I go high to the level where them know they see. Push and push to we no get it back. Let's see, I got a G. You know, be 9 to 5, go be my salary. When I go high to the level where them know they see. Hey, Broski. If you know the power, we just a move. See, get out of the way. Was body and body, I dey live my life. Okay, and I dey sacrifice. See, I dey live my life. Okay, and I dey sacrifice. One more time. Broski. If you know the fire, we just dey move. Get out the way. I was body and body, I dey live my life. Okay, and I dey sacrifice. And I dey live my life. All right, and I dey sacrifice. Okay. Sacrifice. Say I did my life. All right. Sacrifice. And I did live my life. Sacrifice.
On Footprints this Friday, we sit down with Dr. Ninaku Kweno, the Ghanaian scientist and engineer widely recognized as the father of the internet in Africa. He takes us through his educational journey and shares how he helped expand and shape the growth of the internet across the continent.
A level, you had physics A, mathematics A,
yes, please.
Applied maths A,
yes,
and then chemistry B.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, really the person who helped a lot was more like Rollins than many people.
Rollins?
Yeah.
With policy direction?
Policy direction, meaning that he said, and Mr. Pekra was the minister then, and he said, this is value-added service.
Yeah.
So while we are going to change the regulation, you can still proceed.
What do you make of generative AI and the way it's invaded every space?
Oh, me, I think it's good and healthy.
It's good?
It's good. It's supposed to be disruptive. The internet was disruptive, but people found their way, isn't it?
That's correct.
So this one too will be disruptive. Yeah. The things which, can best be done by AI will be done by AI. There's another element coming after the AI, which has to do with being able to solve certain kinds of problems much quicker than we could solve them today.
So beyond AI, there's quantum.
There's quantum computing and communication.
Quantum computing is coming. So if you thought that AI was an explosion, wait till you hear about it.
In fact, AI needs quantum.
Footprints airs on Fridays at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Well. All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily, and right now it's time for us to move into some politics as we cross over to the NPP headquarters, where there's a press conference on the anti-LGBTQI bill.
laughing. Every time I meet a stumbling block, I laugh. I think you guys don't know the person. These things, you just get to do it. So, when you have to go on the session in the of the man, and not be like, yeah, do now, I'm not. And bigger, you go to the glory of God.
All right, clearly we can see that there are some technical challenges from the NPP headquarters, and from the footage we are watching, clearly it's a footage of Sam George's video, and it's all about, you know, his stance on the anti-LGBTQI issue in the country. But we'll be heading back to the NPP headquarters as soon as we get some sound for you to hear. But now let us check out the trends. What is trending on social media? What is everybody talking about, and what is making them buzz and want to contribute to all the threads on social media? So there's a big one here. A Ghanaian father discovers his first child is not his. A 33-year-old Ghanaian man shared his story on Channel One TV, explaining how immigration requirements led to testing both his children. The results excluded him as the biological father of the first child. His wife admitted to dating someone else around conception, and their marriage ended amid the heartbreak. Well, Issa called it a waste of time, money, and energy, sparking widespread online calls for routine paternity tests and even new laws against deception, while data shows 42.3% of 2025 tests in Ghana excluded the presumed father. We have a video on that. Let's check out the video, and then when we come back, we will see what people are talking about on social media.
It was heartbreaking. It was very, very negative. Yeah, it was negative. It's my firstborn. I wanted to travel, and during the immigration forms, when I was filling the immigration forms, I was asked whether I have a child or not. The children are two. We have two children. So she suggested, why is it that I'm going to do only one child? Why don't I do the two? I said, no, this one is, I'm just using it for something. It's not about, it was very, very painful, because you can imagine taking care of a child for 9 years, during the pregnancy time, making it 10 years. It's not easy. You know, it is waste of time, waste of money, and waste of energy. I would say the marriage is no more. Yeah, even though we've not, the family has not done the necessary. She confessed that she was dating someone before I met her, so maybe during that time, yeah, maybe both of us, I and the unknown person, maybe both of us had sex with her. It was heartbreaking. It was very, very negative. Yeah, it was negative. It's my firstborn. I wanted to travel, and during the immigration forms, when I was filling the immigration.
All right, so there you have it. That was Issa's testimony on what happened to him when it actually comes to the issue of DNA. But we have some comments. Let's check out these comments and know what people think about this whole issue. I beg, how much does it cost to undertake a DNA test? I'm a lady, but this thing can be emotionally draining. My gender, why do you carry someone's child to another man? It's shocking how the government is not taking this matter serious because it favors ladies. Make DNA testing a birth-free and mandatory under NHIS. No guesswork, no disputes, just verify truths from day one. DNA tests aren't about paternity. Some reveal something worse. baby swap at birth, families unknowingly raising someone's child, etc. Yeah. Another man somewhere still thinks looking at the face of his child is enough to determine if the child is his. If there's mass testings, homes will be ruined. All right, and there you have it. Those are comments on the issue of DNA testing. But at the same time, we'll also need to remind you that, yeah, it's very important for men to also be in the labor room when their wives are having babies sometimes, because sometimes these issues about babies being swapped is a real thing. But now let's get back to the NPP headquarters, where there is a press conference concerning the anti-LGBTQI bill.
Let's welcome the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Lawyer Justin Kudia Frimpong. Let me also say that because of the effective collaboration we have with the leadership, the minority in Parliament, we are going to have a series of such engagements where the party and Parliament will have joint events like this. And this is under the leadership of the head of the NPP National Secretariat, Justin Frimpong Kudia. So we are going to have enough collaboration of such events, a series of events. So, Forcing, can we move on? Okay, thank you very much. So, General Secretary has joined us. Let me introduce to you our speaker for today. This is a man who has been very principled on the matter of LGBTQ++. He is a vociferous voice on this matter, and he's kept the fire on. He was part of the 7 members of Parliament who presented the private members bill during the MPP administration. He's an authority on this matter. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Honorable Member of Parliament from Assin South, Reverend John Intim Fojuo, who's going to be our speaker for today's event. So, Reverend.
Background. The background video. They can deactivate the background video. I'm waiting on your signal. Good, okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press, fellow Ghanaians and all who hold the moral fabric of our dear nation in high esteem. I welcome you to the headquarters of the New Patriotic Party on behalf of the leadership of our great party. We have called you here today to address a matter of grave national importance, a matter that exposes the highest order of political deceit, hypocrisy, and double standards by President John Dramani Mahama and the ruling National Democratic Congress, NDC. For years, the NDC weaponized the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, using it as a political tool to deceive eminent clergy, our imams, our revered traditional leaders, and the good people of Ghana. Today, having secured power through this grand deception, President Mahama and his government have seamlessly shifted their stance, abandoning the very cause they championed so loudly in opposition. The grand deception the opposition faced pre-2025. Let us take a walk down memory lane. When the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill was introduced in 2021 as a private members bill, there were 8 sponsors. I stood proudly as a sponsor alongside 7 members of the NDC, my colleagues in Parliament, Honorable Sam Nate George, Honorable De La Soa, Honorable Emmanuel Kosibedra, Honorable Alhassan Suhini, Honorable Rita Odole Soa, Honorable Helen Adwa Ntonso, and Honorable Roxanne Nelson Dafiamepo in 2021. We did so out of deep conviction, recognizing that the bill reflects the desires, culture, and religious beliefs of the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians. During this period, the NDC's position was firmly supported and politically assertive. My colleagues from the NDC saw this not just as a moral imperative, but as a potent political weapon. They engaged the streets of Accra, our communities, the media, religious leaders, civil society groups, and traditional rulers, our imams, our pastors, and portrayed the MPP government at the time as indecisive and disconnected from Ghanaian moral values. During the 2024 election campaign, the then candidate John Dramani Mahama explicitly pledged to sign the bill into law when voted into power. He went as far as accusing former President, His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, of delaying the bill's assent due to dependence on foreign aid. Mr. Mahama boldly declared that if Ghana were self-reliant, no foreign entity could dictate our laws. He presented himself to Ghanaians and the Ghanaian voter as the ultimate, uncompromising defender of our family values. Now to the shift, an early period in power, 2025. However, the moment the NDC assumed power in 2025, the narrative began to change. The strong rhetoric of opposition was quickly replaced by procedural caution. In January 2025, when the Catholic Bishops' Conference met with President Mahama to urge him to pass the bill, he signaled his intent to introduce fresh government-sponsored legislation that would more strictly and more comprehensively address the practices and promotion of LGBTQ and its related activities in Ghana. On another occasion, in contrast, while addressing the clergy, President Mahama declared the previous bill, quote-unquote, effectively dead because it had expired with the 8th Parliament. He argued further that moving forward, in quotes, and I quote, probably shouldn't be a private member's bill. It probably should be a government bill